And my name is Steve Itzkowitz. Welcome to the first annual Professional Spring American Football League East-West Showcase here from Stewart Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. St. Petersburg High School. Stop by if you're in the area. Otherwise, you can listen in live. blogtalkradio.com, keyword Die Hard Sports Radio. It's an exciting game. This is going to be a game that features NFL caliber talent that is going to be playing in front of 10 NFL scouts and former Super Bowl winners, one of which happens to be my partner. He is the ambassador of the Professional Spring American Football League, has a radio show outside of Chicago, and won Super Bowl III with Joe Namath back in the day. He is the incredible and the very, very flexible Mr. Earl Christie. Earl, welcome to Die Hard Sports Radio. So honored to have you as a partner. How are you feeling this evening, sir?
Well, I'm feeling very well, and it's an honor to be with you, especially when I connected with you in California. You're doing a great job. It's going to be fun today. We're going to have an exciting football game. In fact, I like your music. You got me all pumped up already.
Well, that's what football is all about, Earl. It's about being pumped up. It's about playing hard. It's about playing with passion. And, you spoke to the teams last night in a very impassioned speech that you gave at the Staybridge Suites where the Marauders are staying. If you could just kind of recap some parts of that speech to let the fans know what this game is going to be all about.
Well, first of all, you always think about character. You always think about attitude. And I try to express that. A lot of times, especially young people in the professional ranks, they don't like to practice. And I said that's where the game truly is won, because if you do the things in practice, give that second effort and work hard, when you get in the game, it's more fun. So I started off, I said, you guys, a lot of you want to go to the next level. You're going to have the right attitude. And I always say your attitude will take you to your altitude. It will take you as high as you want to go in life. And that's what it's all about. And your character, you got to be a team player, a teammate. And it starts right here from this level on up.
It absolutely does. You're absolutely right, Ron. At the end of the day, it's one thing to be talented. It's quite another to work hard to develop the talent. The formula I have for that, and let me know if you agree, talent plus commitment to development equals surefire success. Would you agree with that?
Well, you said a key word, commitment. That word commitment, a lot of times people take that for granted. And commitment is hard work. And when I think about commitment, I think about some of the great pros like the late Walter Payton, how he used to work hard. Some guys have great work ethics. The guy that played back in the day, Carmichael, that played for the Eagles, those guys have work ethics. Even my friend Joe Namath, after practice, we would practice to get that timing down. And you got to be committed to the game. And not only that, and you think about the Peyton Mannings, you think about all the other quarterbacks that are great in the league, they study. They study the game, and that's the difference. That's why they have a lot of success.
Absolutely. And speaking of success, we're joined by another former Super Bowl winner. He is the commissioner of the Professional Spring American Football League, won 2 Super Bowls with the Washington Redskins with the likes of Joe Theismann and John Riggins. He is the great Tom Herter. Tom, welcome to Die Hard Sports Radio. Welcome to your East-West Showcase game. How you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling great, man. Awesome, buddy. I tell you, we're ready to go. You guys will have a good game. A lot of talent out here, so we look for some exciting things to happen.
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, while we're waiting for the teams to get together on the field here, we're going to talk about some of the names to look out for in this game, some of the guys whose pro prospects are particularly high. Earl, we were talking about this before the game. Who are you looking at on the Tide side that you feel like is an excellent pro prospect for the NFL?
Well, we start right from the top when we think about the quarterback. This kid, Marquel Nesmith. This kid worked hard the whole year. He deserves that opportunity to play in this game. And not only a quarterback has those attributes of leadership, not only on the field, but off the field. And that's what one of the guys will be doing, we'll be definitely looking at and talking about is Marquel Nesmith. And a running back, a young kid. This is a promising kid. He's a bruiser. He's big. He's got good strength. Great work ethic. It's second to none. And that's Gabriel Collins. And this kid is going to be outstanding because he's a big guy that has a lot of speed. And when you got that combination speed and you have strength, you better watch out. You better definitely watch out. And then this kid, a wide receiver. I mean, this gentleman, he played with the Redskins. He played for the Kansas City Chiefs. Like you said, we got a lot of talent out here. You're going to see some great things from Tars Johnson. They're going to have to double team him before it's all over. But he's a great guy that you're going to look out for. Kenny O'Neal, another wide receiver that played with the New York Jets. Yep, and wide receiver. So he has pro experience. And we just go down the line, and this kid got blazing speed. He's a wide receiver. D'Angelo Woody. This guy is a burner. I mean, you're talking about tremendous speed, and he can stretch the field for you. And with linebacker, Tim Green. This kid belongs in the NFL. This kid belongs in there. Because we are professional football. That's right. Professional Spring American Football League. So these guys know that they have an opportunity to take it to another level. We got a kid by the name of Kalen Smith, a linebacker. And you know the day those linebackers can really run. But he's rough. He's tough on the special teams because there are three teams. You have the offense, you have the defense. And a lot of times people don't realize they don't put a lot of emphasis on the special team. When you put emphasis on the special team, most cases you're going to have a winning season. It starts with the kicking game, punt return, and kickoff return. And then we go to another person, defensive back. Of course, when I think about that, I think about old Tom Herter when he played safety for the Washington Redskins. And, of course, I played some defensive back for the New York Jets. Ricky Carson, he's been tremendous all year. I mean, that ball's in the air. He flies to the football. He reads it well. And the last guy that I want to talk about is defensive back Corey Dunbar. I mean, he's tremendous. He's got tremendous speed, quickness, and that's what you need in playing defensive back.
Sounds like you have thoroughly scouted this team, Earl. It's a great job. I'm going to go ahead and handle the Marauders side. For the Marauders, here's the players to look out for in this game based on watching them in practice and some of their credentials. Let's start with the quarterback, starting at the top, as you would say, Earl. Quarterback Tate Forcier played for the University of Michigan in the Big Ten Conference, which, as you know, is one of the most competitive conferences historically in college football, a traditional power that Michigan has been known as. Tate Forcier started there previously. He also played for the Hamilton Tiger Cats of the Canadian Football League. So he's played at the pro level up north, and he's played in major Division I college football. So that's a guy you got to look out for in this game. Very good with his legs, rolling out, smooth throwing arm, can launch it up the field, but has a great way of being able to throw the ball while he is on the run. It's going to be a treat to watch it, and he's also particularly good at the art of play action. So be looking out for that in this game. And then we have as a running back, Brandon Sullivan, who is a running back with the San Diego Chargers. He is a professional interviewist, a guy that is well-versed in giving interviews, doing press conferences, very well-spoken, very passionate, very humorous, but works very, very hard. A great back. He can run in, he can run out, he can cast the ball out of the backfield, he can block, he can do everything for you. He's a regular Marshall Faulk back there, if you will. Just a guy that is versatile, that will do everything for you, and he works very, very hard, which is the best thing about him. You talked about the commitment, Coach. He is committed to his craft and to being a great, great teammate. And then we get into running back Ryan Bass. Ryan Bass, broad shoulders, huge triceps. I look at him and I think of a smaller version of Michael Pittman. He used to play with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they won a Super Bowl back in the day. A lot of strength, can run in, can run out as well. And we look for him to be featured in this game. In the wide receiver ranks, we have Sean Wilkerson. Very sincere, very hardworking, a really good kid. He's tall, and he runs, if I'm not mistaken, a 4.39 40-yard dash. Wow. And is about, let's see, he's 6'4", 195. So he's a guy that's big. He's a big target, but he also has speed. So be looking out for him in this game. At tight end, we have Oliver Pryor. And actually, it looks like we're going to get underway with the field. With the players are on the field now, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to get this game underway. We're going to be telling you about all these guys as we go on with this broadcast for Die Hard Sports Radio. And don't forget to tune in, blogtalkradio.com, keyword Die Hard Sports Radio. Or go to blogtalkradio.com/Die Hard Sports Radio, and you can catch the game live. And keep in mind that we will have a TV stream a couple of days from now that will be made available on Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and then Saturday the following weekend. In the meantime, we are set to kick off. Number 18, D'Angelo Woody, is about to kick off to the Marauders. And this game is underway. And the ball is fielded by number 3, which is Tom Vizzi. Tom Vizzi has stopped out of bounds around the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Marauders. And as the players come out on the field, we got the Marauders offense coming out here, led by Tate Forcier, Sean Wilkerson, and Brandon Sullivan. And we have the defense led by the St. Petersburg Tide, the defense of the St. Petersburg Tide setting up here. Here comes the Marauders offense, and here comes Forcier. Looking forward to seeing what he can do in this particular game.
Steve, you think they're going to try to test him right now, or go deep on him, or just kind of dip and dag on him?
I think they're probably going to dip and dag for a little bit here. I think their game plan is to dink and dunk and kind of get the defense frustrated, and then we'll see. Tate Forcier is in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands it off to number 23, which is Brandon Sullivan, who runs inside for about, look like 4 yards on that play. We have a 2nd down and 6, it looks like, for the Marauders. What did you see on that play, Earl?
Well, I saw the guys stack and see what the Marauders trying to do right now. They want to get the running game going first, and if they can create that, then that passing game will truly open up.
It's a good idea, especially when you got like Sullivan in the backfield. The ball is at the 28-yard line, 2nd down and 6.
Okay.
Here comes the blitz. Forcier. He manages to go to his right, throws it upfield for number 4, Marquise Figueroa, and it's knocked away by number 22 for the Tide, and that is Brian Abels.
Yeah. And the defensive guy right here was Corey Dunbar for the Tide, defensive back. He knocked it down.
My mistake, Corey Dunbar at number 22. And actually, I'm looking at the numbers here, and they're numbered sequentially, so thank you very much for correcting me on that. Corey Dunbar with a great defensive play. Forcier had a chance to complete it to Figueroa, but fell short, and it's 3rd down for the Marauders. And what appears to be an obvious passing situation here.
You're absolutely right, and Dunbar really should have had that ball. Anytime the defensive back get their hands on the ball like that, they got to grab it.
Forcier back to pass.
Number
52. The ball is deflected. Brandon Sullivan picks it up, trying to escape on the back.
That was a
fumble.
That was a bad.
Picked up. Fumble by Sullivan. Picked up by the Tide. Touchdown. Fumble recovery for a touchdown by who is that? Number 22 or number 42? It looks like it was number 22 again.
4-2. 4-2, yeah.
Number 42 for the Tide is, and we're going to get to know these names as we go along here, Marcello Church with the touchdown. Recovered the fumble and was able to score 6-0 for the Tide, pending the extra kick.
Right. And again, that was a mental mistake. That was a mental mistake. You don't take chances, especially when you back up on your 30-yard line and going down. Now they got illegal procedure against the Tide, and that moves them back. But this kicker, I'm telling you, we got 2 great kickers out here today. Just amazing.
Number 18 for the Tide is Addis Sirac.
Yeah.
Addis Sirac lining up for the extra point.
You're going to see him just boom this one. Just an extra point. It's just like a field goal. I mean, no problem. And you see it.
Yeah, leaves plenty of distance on that one. Kicks it over the house in the back of the goalpost there, and it's 7-0 for the Tide. We're going to take a commercial break really quickly here. We will be right back. You're listening to Die Hard Sports Radio's broadcast of the 1st annual Professional Spring American Football League East-West Showcase game. We'll be right with you. Hang tight.
What's this guy's name? Give it to me. The kicker.
Addis Sirac. A-D-I-S Sirac. So you guys can't hear it through the PA system is what you're saying? I don't know if we're hooked up to the PA system, so So basically, we either need someone announcing over the PA system, or they're going to have to tune in with their phone to the radio broadcast.
For the Tide. The kicker. I'll just spell it out real quick. The kicker. What's his name? A-D. Where do you see? What's the number?
Right here.
A-D-I-S Sirac.
A-D-I-S.
Okay, A-D-I-S. What's his last name? Spell. Okay, I got it. S-A-R-A-C. Okay, kicker.
And we are back. Surratt kicks it off to the Marauders after the fumble recovery. The Marauders get it right back to see if they can redeem themselves. And the ball goes to number 11, which is Ryan Bass. Ryan Bass gets up the sideline, goes out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Marauders, an outstanding field position for Ryan Bass and the Marauders. And it's going to be key that they get a score here to make up for what happened on the last series. They've got good starting position for it, don't they, Earl?
No question. When that's a good return to get their team back in. Because when you do turnovers, you make turnovers, teams seem to get down. And that was a good return. And maybe that might lift them back up. And, you know, the game's early, just started. But those things we mentioned before we came on for the game is that special teams can play a very important part.
Absolutely, yeah. When you're struggling offensively or defensively, special teams can definitely make a difference. And let's see what kind of a difference they make. Forcier has the ball at the 40-yard line. And as far as the set would go,
they got 2 wide receivers, and they're playing a pro type.
They've got Tom Vizzi lined out to the right. Lined out to the left is Wilkerson. Forcier back to hands it off to number 23, Brandon Sullivan, yet again, who's forced out of bounds by number 17 for the tie, which is Ricky Carlson doing an excellent job. It's a loss of 2 on the play, and it's 2nd down and 12 for the Marauders.
They're going to have to pass the ball. I mean, because we've seen both teams play during the whole year. That's one of the good strengths about the Tide, is their defense, although their offense scores a lot. But the key to this, they need to hit some short passes, the Marauders. They need to kind of get those backs in the seams, hit them with short passes to open up that running game.
And what do you think about the possibility of going right up the middle against this team? Instead of trying to run around him, why not go right at him and let you know that you mean business?
Well, sometimes the coach will try to test that defense. Let's see what we have here. And those are what we call wasted plays in the sense they want to find out how strong are they up there, what you got up there. Is this guy really strong in the middle and everything? And of course, you know the straightest distance between the distance is a straight line. So they want to try to break something real quick.
At any rate, we're going to line up for the play here with the Marauders. It's going to be 2nd down and 12. We are working on the PA system issue here with the stadium. We're going to try to get that fixed as quickly as possible. In the meantime, if you have a smartphone, log into blogtalkradio.com/StarSportsRadio and you can hear the game. And Forcier goes down. It's a sack. Sacked at the 34-yard line. It is a 4-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd down and 16 for the Marauders, and they are really struggling here early.
Yeah, and you know, that's okay. I mean, like you said, it's early in the game, so they still have plenty of football to be played.
The ball is back at the 33-yard line, so they have the 37. So yes, it's a 4-yard loss. 3rd down and 16. Obvious pass play here, and they need to make a play on this one.
Well, see what's so tough about this? If they try to pass, of course the Tide's looking for this, so it's going to make it tough on them. They can go and maybe possibly get a rush, and sometimes they'll blitz. We have a timeout.
We have a timeout here. It looks like Forcier is struggling a little bit. He's kind of leaning down, touching his thighs. We'll see if he is okay. It looks like he's okay. He's walking around under his own power. He put his helmet back on, so the plays should resume here. And the Marauders are short a quarterback right now. There's really no one after Forcier, so if he goes down, the Marauders are going to have a huge problem. Forcier in the shotgun, rolls to his right, looks upfield, and we have a flag on the play, number 22, which is Carlos Dunbar again, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I'm sorry, Corey Dunbar committed pass interference on that play. That's going to be an automatic 1st down for the Marauders at a huge break on a 3rd and 16 play, Earl.
Got 17 people looking for it.
The official confirms it's pass interference. 1st down for the Marauders, and we'll see where they place the ball. Looks like the ball is at the 40-yard line of the Tide. Now the Marauders are in enemy territory, having a chance to score here. What do you look for in this next play, Earl?
They want to test the guys, and this gave them some momentum right now. They want to run. I mean, that's the way it looks, that they like to run first before they pass. Okay? See,
It's going to be
That's a free play. Offside.
It's going to be offsides against the Tide. Forcier is looking to throw. Forcier goes down. He's taken down by number 42, which is Marcello Churro. So kind of a blown opportunity there, but they will get the 5 yards on the offsides, Earl.
See, mentally, he should have gone and thrown it, even if it got intercepted, because it was clearly that they were offside. He wasted a play by getting hit and going down. You throw the football, you may get a great play.
Right now, looks like we're waiting for the ball to be reset here.
Okay, let's get ready to start action, but they're in good position. They're on the 45-yard line, so they got great field position.
They picked up 20 yards. They picked up 20 yards in penalties plus the kickoff return. So, if not for those two things, the Marauders might be on the sidelines watching the St. Petersburg Tide operate on offense. They have to take advantage of this. Number 3 goes in motion, which is Vizzy, over to the right side. Here's a pass out of Sullivan that is incomplete.
Well, that was a screen that they tried right now, and in fact, the play looked really good, but the timing between the running back and the quarterback was just not there. But you know, the key right here, they're trying to slow down that rush on the defense of the Tide, and that's why they came with a screenplay.
Go ahead. Tom, you had something to mention about the game here. We have Tom Herter here who's going to be commenting on the game as well. Go ahead, Tom.
I'm just watching these cornerbacks over here, and I think when you see them check out, watch that strong safety over there. And watch him close that gap. That one over there, that cornerback is going to roll in. There he goes.
We're talking about number 17.
The right corner.
There he is. Watch what happens.
And it's an inside handoff to Sullivan, and it's fumbled.
Oh, man.
The Tide say they have it, and the officials agree. The Tide, second turnover of the game for the Marauders, both on fumbles, and the Marauders are really struggling here, Earl.
Yeah, see, it's all about timing and little rust. That's why practice is important. There's no question about it. I mean, they look like they're having bad exchange with the quarterbacks.
When they check off like that, you can tell if there's a fumble going to come up. That's exactly what happened.
It's a great point that Tom made when the safety is filling in that gap, kind of cheating towards the line there, and it's really giving the Marauders a hard time right now. So that's going to be. We'll see if Coach Paulelli and his staff can adjust to that, because right now the Tide are all over the Marauders, causing 2 turnovers in this game so far.
Now you might see a big heavy hit play right now, a deep one, to try to break the game over. Okay.
Marquise is back to pass, and it's incomplete. He was trying to hit number 11 for the Tide, which is D'Angelo Woody. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
See, that play looked bad from the start, you know. The center snapped the ball too high, and you got to give the quarterback, Marquel, some credit on that, because then he really settled down, and the guy was in his face, and he threw the football. He didn't make a turnover and try to force him.
Exactly. You lived to pass another down, and Nesbitt did a good job on there, as you said, throwing off his back foot there, no less. So we'll see what that high could do on this play. The Marauders need to stop here, that's for sure. They have to regain some momentum and some confidence in this game. They're losing the turnover battle 2-0, and that's not a good sign early for the Marauders, but it's still early.
Oh, yeah.
On the shotgun, Nesbitt back to pass, throws it to number 11.
What a play.
It's deflected out, and number 89, Johnny on the spot.
That's the great wide receiver, Tars Johnson, that played with the Rossin Redskins, and that was just a great play. I mean, both of them. The other receiver had it for a minute, and it just popped out. But that's what we call concentration.
D'Angelo Woody caught it, and then it was ripped away by the Marauders, and then Johnny on the spot was Mr. number 89, Torres Johnson, as you mentioned. Great play for both of those guys to be in the area and the effort that they put forward. There was a good play by the Marauders, too. They just couldn't get the ball after it was deflected.
Steve, you're right. They got to stop him right here. Look at his
Nesbitt goes out to his right. He's being chased by number 92.
Look at that. He's smart. The kid ran out of bounds.
Eno Vitale was all over Nesbitt on that particular play, and you kind of get an idea of the speed of Eno Vitale. He is 6'5", 315 pounds, but he looked pretty agile on that one. Nesbitt was able to run out of bounds, make a positive play out of it. Looks like it's for 3 yards. Second down, and we're going to have the ball at about the 37-yard line of the Marauders.
I tell you, they get ready to fill each other out, and I think they were ready to play. But you can't have turnovers if you expect to try to win in this league.
Gotta have lights out.
That's right, Tom. You know about lights out, and old saying goes, timing. And we're gonna see on this play now. This is a big play for them to keep that defense intact.
Nesmith goes into the shotgun again. The Marauders are showing blitz. Nesmith narrowly escapes a sack by Eno Vitale, and the pass is incomplete. It looks like.
No, they caught it, but it looked like
Actually, it was
the receiver
complete.
was out of bounds. His foot, unless they call it out of bounds, his foot was out. They caught the ball. You can't go out of bounds and come back.
You got to have both feet you have to have both feet in bounds, as our pro level rules. It's 1 foot out of bounds for college. It's both feet in bounds for pro level. Is that correct? So it's going to be 3rd down, and this is going to be a key stop. If the Marauders can stop them here, it's not a good field goal try in this particular weather. It's hot and humid here in St. Petersburg, Florida, so it's not a great game for place kickers in that regard because the air is heavy. So let's see if the Marauders can keep them to maybe 0, 1, or 2 yards here. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. Nesmith in the shotgun again, looking to pass. Quick out to number 88, T.C. Speller, and it looks like he has the 1st down at the 27-yard line. 1st down for the Tide.
Yeah, and on that respect, he's doing a great job. You see the movement of Nesmith, how he maneuvers, and he doesn't, when people get in his face, he doesn't panic. That's a true sign of a good quarterback.
That's exactly right. He's very poised back there, and he moves around very, very well, and he's got a pretty good throwing arm, too. Definitely a pro prospect in this game that we're looking at right now, along with Forcier on the other side. Another shotgun formation. It's been all shotgun formation for the Tide so far. I'm going to ask you about that in a second. In the meantime, the snap is off.
Okay.
The Marauders are showing blitz. It's a fumble that Nesmith was able to fall on, and it's a loss on the play. Looks like a loss of 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 12.
You can see the execution on both teams. A little rusty right now.
And speaking of rust, the Tide players apparently agree with you because Coach Dan Miles has called a timeout.
And the key to learning the system, because when the team started out in the beginning of the year, they had a run and shoot type of offense. I mean, they just opening up. And these kids in the last, few weeks or so, they had to learn a different system. They changed the system, try to make it simple, but they had wide open football. But right now, they're a little bit more conservative, but the timing has been a little bit off on both teams.
Yeah, it has. And interesting question for you, Coach. It seems like on every single play, the Tide are going into the shotgun. Why do you think that is?
Well, they want to be able to read. The shotgun is really invented so you can see the defense, and still you have an opportunity to even take some steps back and just survey the field. But see, because of the great defense that the Marauders have, he's got to have a little bit more time, and that's the reason why, too, he's in the shotgun.
It's a good point. So you figure as they get to know the defense and some of the tendencies of them, do you think that they'll go to some under the center traditional snaps to go along with the shotgun? We'll see if they actually do that in the second half, but it's a great point about getting to know a defense and seeing what they're going to do. The Marauders have been showing a lot of blitz so far in this game, sometimes going for the blitz, sometimes not, like a Dick LeBeau defense, kind of disguising their blitzes. Nesmith takes the snap in the shotgun again. Here comes Vitale, and he takes down Nesmith for a huge loss. Looks like it's going to be a loss of about 12 yards.
Okay, that's
and it's going to be
quarterback. See, quarterback, you got that much time, something bad's going to happen. You should have lived this deal another down, just like you said, and just thrown out of bounds.
And Nesmith is talking with Coach Miles about that very thing right now. It doesn't look too happy. Coach Miles has his hand on his hip, kind of encouraging, but telling him how he could have handled that play better. Like you said, you want to throw that ball out of bounds. You live to play another down. Although, if you're inside the pocket, don't you run the risk of being called for intentional grounding if you throw the ball in between the tackles?
Well, he can overthrow both receivers. See, he's not throwing it away.
If there's a receiver in the area.
In the area, yeah, exactly, Steve. You're absolutely right about that. And they would had enough room that he could just do it. But sometimes him being a great quarterback, they want to make plays.
Absolutely. What did you see on that play, Tom?
You know, I'm telling you, if they go out right there on that kind of a blitz, they really got to. I think they're a little too telegraphic on that offense, and I think that's going to lead to a blitz like that right there. Plus, they're running a really good defense out here. They're running that 4-3. The corners are coming in quick. They're closing those alleys quick, closing the gaps, and I think that's throwing Mark's out.
Nesman back to pass, casually rolling to his left. He's got to pay. Touchdown drop field, number 88, touchdown tie.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Number 88 is T.J. Speller for a huge touchdown, and it's 13-0 tied pending the extra point, and the Marauders are really in trouble here. 2 turnovers leading to touchdowns.
Them turnovers will kill you, Steve, as you know.
As Tom just explained, he's a Redskin, which is why he scored the touchdown. Well, Lord knows the Redskins have had great receivers over the years. Gary Clark, Art Monk, guys like that.
See, they were setting this.
And if Dale Green could catch, he would have been a tight. He would have been a wide receiver too. Don't tell Dale Green I said that, Tom.
They've been setting this up for the whole game, you know, and you're going to see some more of that passing. You see the arm of Nesman.
Yeah, he was running. He was on the go, a lot like Tony Romo. Threw it over the top and was able to get the touchdown. Sirag with the extra point. It's blocked. Imagine that. And number 21 of the top, number 21 of the Marauders trying to run it back. The play is whistled dead. It was a good heads-up play for him to do that. That was Trumaine Smith trying to run it back, but the official said,
He ain't having it, right?
And it's going to be a kick, and it's going to be a kickoff for the Marauders.
You know,
and they need a score here.
Again, that special team that could come back to haunt you. Okay. And we are, you know, playing NFL rules where you can go for 2 for extra point after touchdown.
Yes, you can. So if they can score 2 touchdowns before the Tide can score another one, you go up 14-13 late in the game, and don't call it a comeback if that's the case.
You know, I'm just amazed. Like, did you see the speed of that young man?
Yes.
And it was just like the quarterback handed to him. That was great touch.
Yep, T.J. Speller with a touchdown on that one for Marquise Nesman. It is 13-0 for the Tide. Marauders about to receive the kickoff, and how badly do they need to score on this possession, Earl? Any kind of score, just to get their morale up.
Yeah, and you got that. Both teams got great kickers, and you need some score. Yeah, and we.
That is Sirach about to kick it off. It's a line drive kick.
Okay.
That goes to number 24 for the Marauders, which is Chizzy Demude, who is a running back, runs out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Marauders. And like I said, they need to score here, Earl.
And you know what was the key about that? You're absolutely right. They definitely need to make something good happen so they can get their momentum back up. And plus, you got to give the Tide some credit on staying in their lanes on the special team. And I could just see how they broke down.
That they are. Tom talked about it with the free safety, number 11 for the Tide, shooting the gap there. That's D'Angelo Woody.
Right.
Who's a wide receiver, actually.
That's right.
So actually, I'm sorry, number 17, I should say, Ricky Carlson. He was a defensive back. My mistake, folks.
Yeah.
But Ricky Carlson did a good job of filling those gaps, and they are all over this offense. The Marauders are going to have to loosen them up by trying to get something over the 3rd level of that defense. Forcier is back to pass. He's on the go from number 55. He tosses it to number 22, which I believe is Chizzy Demude.
Yeah, and you know, he made that with his
Actually,
leg.
that's Mike Neal with the catch. It's about a 4-yard gain, 2nd down for the Marauders.
The quarterback made that play with his leg. He kept it alive.
Yes, he did. He was under pressure from number 55, Daryl Harp, who's an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman, showing some pretty good speed there, forcing Forcier out. Imagine that.
You got about 2nd and
Who got it to Mike Neal for 2nd and 4, so it was a 6-yard gain as opposed to a 4-yard gain. We don't have the scoreboard on, ladies and gentlemen, so we're doing the best we can to mark down and distance on the field. We'll continue to keep you abreast of that. Forcier in the shotgun, back to pass. Goes to number 11 for the Marauders.
First down.
And that is Ryan Bass, a running back out of the backfield, showing his pass catching abilities. 1st down for the Marauders. And let's see where they place the ball.
That's a first down. I mean, good hands, a good pattern. Everything was good on that. And we got
The ball is at about the 43 and a half yard line. First down for the Marauders. Was that offsides? Doesn't really matter because number 24, Chizzy Demute, is running the ball right now.
Okay. That's a good run.
A decent little run play right there. What was that, about 4 or 5 yards, Earl?
Oh, 7.
It was 7 yards.
Yeah.
There you go. Second down and 3, and the Marauders got some momentum here on offense.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if they can avoid turning the ball over. If they can not turn the ball over on this possession, they can call that a success in and of itself.
Uh-oh.
And we have an offsides. It's going to be,
I think the receiver jumped off that. I don't know. It's close.
Number 55.
I'm surprised. Defense. He said defense.
So it's encroachment on the defense, and it's going to be.
I don't like to knock a player, but how can you not, and you standing right by the ball? You don't go on the cadence. You go on the football. You watch the football, lineman.
Well, Forcier with a good job of cadence on that play, drawing that defender off.
And you can't say enough about your quarterback, because I had the chance to see him when I was in California. I'm more than impressed. I see why he played pro football in the Canadian League. He is tough, he's intelligent, and he got tremendous leadership.
That's exactly right. Works very, very hard, and he's back in the shotgun, rolling out to his right. This is what he does best.
Ooh.
Tries to get it to number 11, which is Ryan Bass. It's incomplete.
Okay. They're getting after each other right now.
It was well executed, although it looked like there was a defensive back in the area. It was kind of a risky pass. Is that what you saw on that play?
Yeah. He tried to throw across his body. And anytime you try to throw across your body, that's a tough throw to make. And then you put yourself up for a mistake.
Exactly right. Ryan Bass goes off.
I think
we got 2 wide receivers on the left. We got 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left, going with single coverage. We'll see where Forcier goes on this one. It's second down.
Look at that.
And it's another fumble. There has been.
They might have lost it. He took it away from him. We'll see the result.
That is the second time in this game, or maybe the third time in this game, we had a handoff between the quarterback and the running back, and there's been a fumble. There seems to be a problem with the transference. It could be that maybe their hands are wet, although it's not raining out there right now. But this is strange in that whenever they try to hand the ball off, they seem to fumble it. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but they have to get that together, Earl.
So we got 3rd and about 14. So they definitely got to get that timing because they're beating themselves. You don't want a football team to beat yourself. You know.
Exactly. That's what's going on right now. They got to get those handoffs clean. Forcier back to pass. And number 88, which I believe is Sean Wilkerson, if I'm not mistaken. Number 88 on the roster here is, or maybe that was 82. I'm going to go ahead and say it was Wilkerson. It looked like him. And what happened on that particular play is it looks like he took his eyes off the ball before he caught it, Earl.
Okay, and no question, you got to concentrate and look at it. They can get ready to punt because it's 4th down. And about a mile.
Well, at least they didn't turn the ball over on that one, so they can play a field position game at this point.
Those guys back on the kickoff and punt returns are pretty good ball players. Great hands. You got to be able to catch a punt.
Number 18 punts it. Sends it back inside the 5-yard line.
What a great play. What a great play.
And it's a tackle.
Right.
By number 35, Mon Williams, it looks like, making a great special teams play on that one.
Because he had a lot of room to run, Steve, on that one, if he hadn't made that tackle.
And the punter on that play for the was Troy Cates. Troy Cates is doing the punting and the kicking in this game. Did a pretty good job of pinning them inside the 5-yard line. Then a great job by Mon Williams making the tackle. It's going to be in 1st and 10 for the Tide deep in their own zone.
You know, they're not scared to throw the ball. So
they are not, but when do you think they're going to run the football in this game? It doesn't seem like they're running the ball a lot.
They don't like to run a lot, so you're going to see them. They're above the goal line. They're only about the 12. Okay, they're spotting it on the 12.
At the 12-yard line. Thank you very much for that, Earl. And we will
call timeout by the time.
Timeout here. We're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break here. As a matter of fact, are we at the end of the quarter as of yet? It's the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. It is 13-0 for the Tide over the Marauders. This is the Professional Spring American Football League East-West Showcase game. We will be right back. In the meantime, hang tight and listen to some music on the commercial break here. As soon as we can get it queued up here. Exciting game so far for the Tide. Kind of scary for the Marauders at this point. Earl, what do you look for in the second quarter?
Well, I look for them to try to stay with the game plan. It's not time to panic. I mean, you know, this is the second quarter. You're down by 2 scores. You need to try to make something happen, get a score. You're right back in the game.
And actually, it looks like they're ready to go already, so we're not even going to cut to a commercial break. We're just going to go ahead and roll with it here. Nesman is in the shot. Nesman is out of the shotgun again. And number 44 for the Marauders look like he's showing blitz.
Oh, man. Oh, good. Nice.
Which is Kamalo Umu. Oh, and we have an injury on the field. It looks like number 19.
No, it might be 89. Looks like Tars Johnson.
Tars Johnson, number 89.
He's a tough
Got
kid.
banged up there, but I'll tell you what, he looks okay right now.
Yeah, he's going to walk it off. He's a tough kid.
He's a Redskin. What do you think?
Oh, Tom. I'm telling you.
He's not even going to change his name.
Do we have any former 49er players in this game? Because that's my team. I know you're a Jet guy, Earl.
Well,
So.
see, I ain't mentioned the Jets yet now. Y'all keep it up now.
But looks like Johnson is going to be able to play. It took a nasty hit on that one.
Man,
And it's an incomplete pass. It's going to be 2nd and 10, so that insult the injury. He gets hurt a little bit and can't make the play.
well, he twists his body around. You can rest assured if he hit his hand, he would have had that. This kid had glue for hands.
He really does. And you know, this is really good too because a lot of youngsters that will be watching this game, the techniques here is what keeps them getting those concussions. And that's an important thing. Coming up from the Pop Warner level to the elementary school level, high school, college, it all compounds. And this is a good showcase of that. Good technique.
Absolutely. Nesman back in the shotgun. And the most important thing is that guys don't get hurt in this game. It's a showcase game. We're trying to go to the next level.
Ooh, look at him legs.
Nesman rolls out. He's at the second level. The defense evades one back and invades another. He's forced out of bounds by number 4, which is Marquise Figueroa, if I'm not mistaken.
And he's close to that first down.
Tide.
Okay. If he didn't get it, he's right at the yard marker. He's going to see where the official spotted. Uh-oh. Well,
It's actually going to be 3rd down. My mistake. It's 3rd down according to the scorer down there.
It wasn't your mistake because they ran out there. The officials just spotted right there. But anyhow, he was getting away from that chain gang.
And Marquise Figueroa was the guy that made the play on that. Which was a good thing because if he got back Figueroa, Nesman was liable to go all the way for the touchdown. But a great play by Figueroa to get him out of bounds. It's 3rd down, and the Marauders really need to stop. Let's see if they can get it.
Or pass it, Steve.
They've been passing it all game long. Why stop now? It seems to be working for them. They're up 13-0. So I am going to go ahead and predict pass here, especially with them showing blitz. And better yet, it's an inside handoff, almost like an end around, and it's going to be stopped short of the first down, it looks like. That should be a punting situation for the Marauders. Number 32, it looks like, was the running back on that particular play.
25. 25. Now, and that's
Number 25 is Gabriel Cullins.
That's right, man. He's a tough kid.
He was stopped short by the Marauder defense. A huge play, and it should be a punting situation. And yes, Chirac is in to punt it away for the Tide.
Well, in that case, I know the men came, so he had to try to spin out of that tackle. But when you're that close for a first down, you got to go north and south.
Yes, exactly. You don't want to turn a 2-yard run into a 4-yard run by running to the sidelines. That's exactly right.
But that's okay. Watch this punter. I mean, I've seen him in practice, just like the punter for the Marauders. These are 2 great kids that have a lot of experience.
And he's got to be careful because he's inside the 5-yard line. If he's not careful, then it might lead to a safety here.
Oh,
the Marauders send the dogs in to try to get after the punter here.
Okay.
And here they come. Chirac gets it off. It's a high kick. It's kind of short.
Fair kick.
It's caught at the 40-yard line by number 3.
Okay.
That's a nice hang time on that.
Yes, he did, actually, although it was a short punt. That was Tom Vizzi on the punt reception, calling for the fair catch. Great starting position for the Marauders. They're on the 40-yard line of the Tide, and they really need to take advantage of this.
They need it right now. They either have to get something out of this, 3 points or touchdown.
He run that 60 Red Dog right. That's the one that he likes down in California. That really put it right back on the top.
The Red Dog, tell us what the Red Dog is, okay, Tom?
Well, all them secrets, buddy.
Red Dog, when I think of Red Dog, I think about a beer that I'm going to drink after the game here. So how about that? 60 Red Dogs, that'll work for everybody, I'm sure. That's 12 for each of us.
Got a double receivers. Watch what happens.
Forcier is back in the shotgun, hands it off to number 44 of the Marauders, which is... Number 44 is Kamalu. Ooh, it looks like a linebacker doing some running there for the Marauders.
Well,
and it's
these guys are versatile.
They are.
Like, we have a lot of great athletes out there.
On that Red Dog, he's running the receivers as a decoy and runs that boy right up the middle there. That kid's pretty good, too.
And how many yards do you think they went for on that play? It looked like 3 or 4 to me.
It's about 5.
About 5 yards, so it's going to be second down. It's going to be second down and 5 for the Marauders. Forcier in the shotgun again. It's a shotgun game. These guys don't want to operate under center. Forcier out to his left.
Oh, no.
Gets it out. It's about a 4-yard gain.
So it's about
Number one defensive back right on top of him. Number one defensive back right on top of him. That was Patrick Nixon-Human making the play on that one. It's about a 2 or 3 yard gain on that one, and it's going to be third down for the Marauders, and they need a first down here any which way they can get it.
They're going to run the football. I would be surprised them to pass. Oh, good night.
We have a flag on the play.
Illegal procedure?
It looks like it's going to be illegal procedure, or it could be delay of game, although I can't see that. The officials are going to confer about it, but I'm going to guess legal procedure. What did you see, Earl?
I saw the same thing because delay of game, he would have given a different signal. I saw the wide receiver over there.
And here comes the
That's
official.
their inadvertent flag. We'll find out the call right now.
It sounded like it was delay of game, actually.
Yeah. Well, they're not moving them back unless they decline.
I don't know why they went on a third down play. You want to make it as tough on them as possible. So maybe they picked up the flag because you're right. They're not moving back whatsoever. Right. They're at the 31-yard line, it looks like. And again, the Marauders need a first down any which way they can get it.
This receiver's tipping off. Look like he's so anxious and want to go out for a wide receiver, and sometimes you can.
Ryan Bass is in motion. Forcier back to pass. That's a pass to Oliver Pryor, the tight end, number 17, and that looks like it's going to be a first down. Let's see what the officials call it. No, it's going to be fourth down. And what do you think? What do you think, Earl? Do you think the Marauders should go for it? I think they should.
There's no question they should go. And there ain't no man's land. You can't kick a field goal from there.
Nope. And you don't want to punt it. You don't want to punt it either. You're also down 13-0 and have a couple of turnovers. They need to take the momentum back in this game, so they are going for it, and rightfully so. Forcier is going to operate under center, it looks like.
The game hasn't changed. It's blocking and tackling. They're going man up.
And it's man-to-man right now. Play action by Forcier. He is wide open for an easy first down, rolling it out, taking it in himself. And the Marauders are going to hang on here for another 4 downs. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Marauders inside the 30-yard line.
I thought Tom Herter was going to go down the field if this guy didn't go for it, man.
I'm working on it.
I'm telling you. No, Steve, you got to go for that. I mean, because you got to make something happen. I mean, they still have him back up anyhow if they did lose it on 4th down.
Far be it for me to argue with a Super Bowl winning player like you, or you, Tom, for that matter. So I completely agree. You got to change the momentum in this game. And if they score here, all things considering, they're going to be right back in this game with plenty of time left to go in the second quarter. Forcier back to pass, was looking right, throws to Brandon Sullivan across the middle, who runs towards the right side with a great block.
Oh, he clipped him?
Number 11
for the
Marauders, which is Ryan Bass, is going to get called for an illegal block in the back, it looks like, here on a great play by Forcier and by Brandon Sullivan.
Kid over there injured down.
Number 51 for the Tide.
Oh, wow.
And his name is Casey Tolson. Down right now. We'll see if he can recover. It doesn't look good. Looks like he's writhing in pain. He was bent over before with his helmet, the crown of his helmet touching the ground, has rolled onto his back, and they are working on him right now. We hope he'll be okay. All the players are on the field. Kneel down. Go ahead, Earl.
Yeah, you know, Steve, we've been very blessed this year. Both teams have not had injuries, major injuries. We get nicked and banged up and everything. So we've been blessed so far. So we're hoping that just the winds have been knocked out of him and everything. And of course, Coach Dan Miles and Coach Sam Smith is over there, and they seem to be all right, but they're going to just take no chances, because that's what it's all about, making sure the players ready to get up. We can't, I know sometimes we used to always rush, come on, get up. No, not no more. Give us a little smelling sauce, right, Tom?
You have to see the big picture. You have to see the big picture.
Give us a little ammonia capsule. Say, here you go, take a sniff. Get on back in there.
This recalled me.
Talking about old school football there.
Yeah, I remember back in the day when we were playing the Buffalo Bills, and man, I ran a kickoff, and I got hit, man, and I started seeing stars, and I'm laying on the field, and Joe Namath said, "Hey, Earl, can you get up? Can you get up? We don't want to burn a timeout." I'm saying, "Thank you, Joe." And I jumped right up, man, like a chicken, man. I didn't know what state I was in or where I was at for a moment. I was like Tom Herter back in the day. Tom said the only time he got a standing ovation when he got knocked out and they carried him off the field.
Tolson is walking off under his own power, has a little smile on his face, so it looks like he's going to be okay. Big guy, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, pretty good speed actually, so he can probably play linebacker the next level if he wants to. But a really good player.
Steve, you're absolutely right. What I love about, and your offensive line is huge. There's no question about it.
Yes. And the defensive line, yeah, as a matter of fact, well, I'll tell you, the Marauders' offensive line looks pretty big too. You see Twilada on the end there. He is a mammoth. Forcier is in the shotgun. He's got Sullivan to his left. He's looking right, back to pass. Throws it towards the sideline for number 80, which I believe is Sean Wilkerson, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm sorry. Number 80 for the Marauders is not on the roster here, it looks like. So at any rate, we'll go ahead and identify who he is a little bit later on. Sean Wilkerson is the guy that's receiving in this game, but he's number 8. At any rate, it's second down and short for the Marauders, and they really have some momentum going in this game. Yeah, they have it on looks like the 15-yard line at this point in the shotgun. Forcier back to pass, throws it towards the end zone and throws it right out of bounds.
Nobody's going to get that one, Steve.
He had number 3 back there, Tom Vizzi, but wasn't able to get it to him, and it's going to be third down.
Come on, they got to make something happen this time. In fact, you down that close, it might be in field goal range. Since you have a great kicker.
They're at the 20-yard line, actually.
Yeah, so, yeah, if they don't do something on this play, I'm thinking that they like to stick to that running game, and this is a good time to run it, even if the team know they're coming, because you only got about a yard or two.
Yeah, it's a second down. It's a third down and short, so we'll see what they do. You got a lot of options when you have short yardage to keep the defense guessing. We'll see what they do. It's a shotgun formation. Both running backs around Forcier, one on the left, one on the right, both to block. No. Try to go over the top for Wilkerson.
He got to make that catch. He got to make that catch. I mean, that was a great pass.
Well, that was
number 82, Sean Wilkerson, if I'm not mistaken, couldn't come down with it on that one, and it's interesting call for the Marauders here. You're down by a couple of touchdowns. Do you go for the field goal? You try to go for the touchdown. They converted a fourth down before. What do you think they do, Earl?
I think they're going to go on a fourth down and do like John Riggins did. Remember that?
I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. The quarterback's going to try to roll out and buy some time and hit somebody in the seam to get that first down. They ain't going to try to get the whole long distance. They want to get that first down.
It looks like the first down is about the 16-yard line. Another pass over the top, and it's caught. There's a flag on the play. It's pulled down by number 4, which is Marquise Figueroa making a big catch there. It would be a first down if it holds up. We'll see what the penalty is.
It might be offensive interference. He's pointing back the other way, the official. We'll
Offensive pass interference by Figueroa.
He kind of used that body.
So that's gonna push them back 10 yards, and in all likelihood, we're probably looking at a field goal try here. Yeah, it looks like they're bringing in the field goal unit number 14.
I think that's a good move, you know.
For the Marauders is Jacob Ravenscraft. He's going to go ahead and kick the field goal here. Any kind of a score is a good score here for the Marauders, just to gain some confidence here going into the half.
Yeah, get on the scoreboard. That's the key. But
they're lining the ball up at the 30-yard line. That's going to make it a 47-yard attempt for Jacobs Kraft. This is a good attempt for him to show his kicking ability in front of 10 NFL scouts, as well as Tom Herter and Earl Christie here. Let's see what he can do. The ball is about to be snapped.
Yeah, they got a block on this.
The snap is good. The kick is up, and it's going to be short and to the left. No good for the Marauders. It remains 13-0.
You know,
and the tie will take over at the 30. Go ahead, Earl.
Yeah, you know what happened on this? He pointed. He didn't come and follow through. He didn't extend that. He didn't explode on the front. He was trying to aim the kick, and you can't do that. You got to go and put the foot in, because that's a long kick. And he's able to do it too, Steve. You know, you've seen him do it before.
Yes, he does. No, he has a very good leg, but didn't follow through on that one for some reason. Maybe he's a little bit nervous, his first try here, so we'll see if he gets another opportunity late in the game. But it's an empty trip for the Marauders with the key penalty against Marquise Figueroa that led to the field goal attempt. So we'll see what the Marauders defense can do. They need to get a stop here and some kind of score before the half, gentlemen.
And you know what's going to happen? They're going to let the St. Pete Tide keep hanging around with the score, and they're going to open this game up.
Nesbitt back to pass. Inside handoff.
Look at this boy, run!
And he's got a first down on it. It's right at the first down.
I see a flag. I see a flag.
It's number 22 with the run, Corey Dunbar.
Oh, I see a late flag.
Actually, that might be 32. I'm checking it. No, 32 is Jameel McClellan.
Gets the tie.
It's going to be against the tie. What was it, holding?
Yep.
Oh, man.
So that's why he was able to get so far. So 10 yards. Big penalty against the tie is going to be first down and 20.
Yeah. He did some of that on his own, but you can't hold. You know, it says blocking and tackling, and it didn't say blocking and holding. Okay? and that's where they make mistakes. On a running play, there's no way you're supposed to try to hold. Maybe on a pass play.
You can probably hold on every single play. I mean, they probably hold on every single play. The key is, do the officials see it? Do they keep it in between, in between the numbers where you kind of hold on to the guy, but the official can't see it? Do you see that happening a lot in the field where guys are holding them, but it's not obvious?
But the reason why it just gets me when somebody holds on a running play, because it's blocking. They're supposed to be blocking. Yeah, on a pass play, I can see you holding to protect the quarterback, Steve.
Yes.
And Tom.
Yes.
Earl, how come when they were in California, they ran the 3-4, but now they're running a 4-3? Why is that?
Well, they made some changes in their personnel, and you got to look at, see, if a good coach, you got to change your talent to what you have, and sometimes you have to make adjustments. Just like I said earlier in the broadcast, the Tide had a run and shoot offense. Now they changed it to a backfield, one man still in the backfield, but they changed it to a different system of numbers they call out.
What a pleasure it is to work with you both, by the way. Having a whole lot of fun doing this. Under adverse circumstances, we have no scoreboard. We're trying to keep a track of what the down and distance is. But hey, we are rolling with the punches, folks. That's what the Professional Spring American Football League is all about. We work through it. And we'll continue to work for it for you, the football diehards. Thank you very much for listening in.
And guess what? It's not our fault because those electricity and the technology falls down.
We still have good, genuine human ingenuity. And that's what we're doing right now.
For every adversity, there's a seed of equivalent benefit, and here we are.
Yes, sir. Love the way you put that. Nesbitt back in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the action. Oh no, he does hand it off. Another running play for number 32, which is Jameel McLeod. And it looked like he picked up 3 or 4 yards on that play. Let's see where the officials spot it.
They're getting after each other. One thing I like, and nobody quitting out there. And that tells you a lot about their coaches and how they prepare for the game. We have had some mistakes and everything, and turnovers definitely play an important part.
Yes, they have. Well, that's been the story of the first half for the Marauders, no question about it. But, you know, for what it's worth, they still have a chance in this game. If they can hold the tide here to no more scores, going to score themselves before the half, they definitely have an opportunity. Nesbitt in the shotgun yet again. He's under pressure.
Look at that.
Oliver Pryor,
Come on,
number
Pryor.
17, putting the pressure on. He is a tight end, but he's playing defense here. Did a great job of forcing Nesbitt out of bounds, and it's going to be third down.
That shows you the type of athlete that can go both ways. Now, Tom Herter, he's a little younger than me, but he moved back in the day. We used to go both ways. In fact, I was a running back and a defensive back when I played for the Jets and kickoff punt return, but both ways, okay? You got to be, first of all, 43-man roster.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're trying to get to the next level, if you're a player and you can play on both sides of the ball, it's only going to serve you well that a team calls you up. Do you want to play defensive line or offensive line? Or we're going to have you play offensive line because we think you're better at that. If you're a player, you're going to turn that opportunity down? I don't think so. So versatility is a big part of showcasing your talents in this game.
As that word says, athlete.
And athletes can do many things.
Okay?
Showing blitz there. Pulls back. Nesbitt on the run. He's under pressure, and he's sacked. We got a three-man sack here, and Oliver Pryor has come in and has made a huge difference on this defense. A tight end. He's a guy who's played defensive line before, converted to a tight end, but he's coming in showing his defensive line skills, and he gets a sack on that one, and it's a huge loss. Fourth down. It's going to be a punting situation for the Tide.
That's just what you were talking about, Earl, going both ways.
Oh, yeah, no question.
Oliver comes in there pretty good. He's a good hitter.
And you know what the key is too, Tom and Steve, is that you should be in shape. There's no excuse for you not to be in shape, just like there's no excuse for you not having effort in football.
Absolutely. Considering you guys played in the NFL many years ago, you guys both look like you're in great shape now. Can we get you in a uniform out there to see what you can do?
Now, Steve, you said many years, man. You could many years. I mean, you know, that's okay. I'm telling you, Tom said he'll go out and put their lights out. That was his nickname.
Yes, he will.
He liked to punish
My
people.
mistake saying many years. My apologies, gentlemen.
Oh, what a
I still got a game left. I'm ready.
nice.
Figueroa does not catch it, and then it's hit by number 88 of the Tide on the punt, which would usually call the play down. Figueroa went after it anyways. That was T.C. Speller hitting it on the punt. It's going to be first down for the Marauders
And you know what the difference
at about the 45-yard line.
Excuse me, Steve. You know what's so important too? You got to have a mental aspect of this game, because a lot of times now, just like this kid that just punt, I mean, he's booming the football, but under pressure is a different ball game. Okay. So
Exactly.
you got to keep your concentration. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's when you're under pressure that you find out exactly what you're made of. Look at the pressure we're under, working without a scoreboard here. Yeah, we're hanging in there. So, and these players are hanging on the field in brutal weather conditions. It is humid out there. These guys are trying their best. So,
And we can't even see the officials hollering and them talking, you know, first down. I mean, you know, that mic can help us, right?
exactly. But nonetheless, we are doing the best we can, and we'll continue to do the best we can, because that is our responsibility to you, the football diehards out there.
Well, we got Tom Herter and you in the house, so we're going to hang in there. We're seeing a good football game.
And Forcier going under center, which is an unusual thing in this game. He hands it off.
Uh-oh, he got a seam that time.
That was number 35 for the Marauders, which is Mon Williams, who made a good special teams play in the game earlier. He runs for it there, and it's significant running play on that one. It's going to be second down at about 5 yards.
They got to make something happen now. Because if they let them stay with, hang around with that score like that, 13-0.
They've got to avoid turnovers, and they've got to avoid penalties. They have been killed by turnovers and penalties so far. You had the penalty on the last drive against Figueroa. Takes a snap as Forcier, hands it off to Mom Williams again, who runs inside for a couple of yards.
Well,
it's going to be third down and about 3.
No, by 1.
Third down and 1, you're right, actually.
Yeah.
Looks like they need to get to the 37-yard line. The ball's at the 38.
Okay, come on, chain gang, move that line. I was spotting down there. Yeah, 3rd and 1. You know what the play is.
Mm-hmm.
It says student body right, student body left, or up the middle.
I'm thinking they go up the middle here.
just run right at these guys and let them know you mean business.
Oh boy, you tough. You're that hard-nosed football.
That's what it's all about.
Okay.
Forcier fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. Has got Pryor open up field for a first down. Great play. We're thinking run up the middle. So was the Tides defense. Apparently, they got tricked out by that play action there, Earl.
Everybody got tricked out because you got a great tight end. This kid's a great tight end.
Yes, he is.
That shows confidence in your quarterback and your tight end to make a play like that.
And I got to tell you right now, if the Marauders pull this game up, you got to look at Pryor as the player of the game right now. He made a difference on the last defensive series, makes a huge pass catch on third down here. He's been a difference maker in this game so far, Earl.
There's no question about it. And actually, and on the St. Pete side, their quarterback has done a great job.
Yes, he has. Nesbitt has been their best player in this game so far.
Ooh.
Handoff to Mom Williams, who is popped.
That's a lights out.
You know what that's called? Welcome to the American Football League.
Tim Green, number 52, and Kalen Smith, number 54, combined to knock Mom Williams to the ground, told him, have a seat, and it's going to be second down.
You said that Tim and those two kids that we're highlighting, I mean, come on, wow.
I'm mad with that guy. Call him lights out.
Tom got excited. He wanted to grab one of them jerseys and helmet and go down there.
I'm touching Tom's shoulder right now, and it's vibrating.
Now it's second down and 12.
2-yard loss on that one. Second down and 12, as Earl said. Forcier under center. Going under center here, so apparently a little bit more comfortable with that formation. He was looking to pass right. It wasn't there. He's going left. He's waiting. Great protection by the offensive line. Throws it for Pryor, and he can't come down with it in the end zone. It's going to be third down. Nice try by Pryor to try to go up for it.
That was a great play on the defense on that, because Pryor went for it, and that guy had good time. In fact, it was almost pass interference. And what I like about Pryor, he utilized his body, of course with his talent, but he positioned himself.
Yes, he does. And I'll tell you what, he is showing some marvelous athletic skills in this game. He can run, he can jump, and he's got long hair. So he's got the whole package. He looks...
He's like Tom Herter. I mean, you should see Tom. Oh, that's right, we're not on TV.
I'm sorry, did I mention that a guy has long hair? Is that what they're evaluating in this game? How big is his hair? Are we looking for the next, what's his name, Troy Polamalu?
We don't do no hair joke.
Forcier is back to pass. Mon Williams drops a catch that he should have made, and it was nearly picked off by the Tide. Lucky for Forcier on that one. Actually, lucky for Mon Williams. He should have made that catch.
Well,
Number
guess
54,
what?
Tim Green nearly picked up. Sorry.
No, that wasn't Green. That's Kalen Smith. But see, Kalen should have had that. You know why? Because it's right in his mitt. See, that's what we call that tip drill. That's why we practice that tip drill. And you know, we're going to talk to him about after the game, man, you had a chance. That's a dream for a linebacker to get an interception.
Absolutely.
Because his job is run first, pass second.
Yes, sir. So if you get an interception, running back for a touchdown, linebacker's dream. If your defensive lineman can pick up a fumble and run it back, that is a defensive lineman's dream, that's for sure.
Field goal try.
It's a field goal attempt by Kraft, and it's going to be barely short.
Yeah.
Looked better on this attempt than the last one, but Kraft is 0 for 2 in this game.
He got a little bit more distant on that, but he just got to open up, be himself. And you know, kickers are strange anyhow.
Yeah, kickers are one thing about being a kicker. You know, when you're as a kicker in football, a closer in baseball, is you have to have a really short memory. Kraft is probably going to get another opportunity in this game, and he better be ready.
Oh, he'll be ready.
So it's going to be another lost possession for the Marauders here, and they're probably going to go into halftime. What they want to do at this point is make sure that the Tide don't score again.
Well, you better keep them out because you can't afford to spot them. I'm going to tell you, the Tide's going to open it up right now. And, you know, like you said, we don't have that score clock up there to see how much time is left in the game in the first half.
Well, I figure we're more than halfway through at this point, way more than halfway through. Nesbitt is in the shotgun. Blitz on the edge.
Oh, he picked it up.
Throws it to number 80. That was Kenny O'Neill.
Oh, yeah.
Who catches it, and it looks like it's going to be... Did he get a first down on that one? Yes, it's a first down. It's a first down for the Tide, as they're going to go ahead and line up at the 46-yard line of the Tide. Go ahead,
And
Earl.
you know, that's a good thing that number 80 played with the New York Jets, okay? But he has great hands, He runs great patterns, and he still has a chance to go back to the next level. He's at a good age right now. So this is what our league is all about too. I mean, even if they've had some NFL spirit, we can have them to come back into the game.
Absolutely. So let's see if they continue to open up things with a pass or if the Tide run an unusual running play. And we have a fan videotaping the game down there with a huge tablet. Good job for the fan down there, keeping up with the action on the field with her iPad. Another delay of game. It's got to be tough for the players in this game. You don't have a clock. You know, so you don't have a clock to look at, so it's got to be very tough for the players in this game to even know how close they're getting down to being called for a delay of game, isn't it, Earl?
Yeah, it's not even the coach's fault. I can't blame nobody on there but the clock. And then the clock's not on.
Yep. Blame it on the clock. Sounds pretty good to me.
They're coming with a blitz.
Nesbitt back in the shotgun. Number 80 again for Kenny O'Neill catches it for the Tide. Short gain this time. Basically getting it back to the original line of scrimmage at the 40-yard line. It's going to be second down.
We got second and about 13, 14, about 13.
As a matter of fact, the original line of scrimmage, my apologies, is at the 46-yard line, so you're about 6 yards away from the original line of scrimmage, which will make it second down and 16, as you said, Earl.
Yeah. Well, you know what's this going to... I can tell it's a run play. I looked at the wide receiver, and Tom knows if he's looking at how the wide receiver come out and he's anxious and moving, because he going to air it out. There's no question. They come with a blitz, but they can get it.
Number 19 for the Marauders.
Look at him running. Look at him with his leg. No question. See, that is being an intelligent quarterback, a great football player. He said, I don't have a pass guy that's open. I'm going to take it and beat him within the feet.
And he sure did that on that one, getting all of the yardage back and then some. A huge first down for the Tide, and that is a heartbreaker for the Marauders.
Oh, no question. And they had the momentum coming. The defense was playing better.
Yeah, they did play better. They've had a couple of good offensive series that they haven't been able to score on. They were showing blitz with number 19, Edlin Hernandez.
But they got burned on a running play to the right by Nesbitt, and it's first down, and the ball is at the 40-yard line of the Marauders.
They better watch out for play action, because, you know, those linebackers have been coming on blitzes, okay?
One running back to Nesbitt's right along those lines, and he bounces that pass. It's going to be incomplete. That was number 11 for the Tide, it looks like. D'Angelo Woody. Too short. That's a bad pass by Nesbitt, and it's going to be second down.
Okay.
As the players get into formation here, we got three wide receivers on the left. We got three wide receivers on the left for the Tide, and one wide receiver on the right, kind of going to a bunch package here with three on one side, one on the other. Interesting formation here, and the Marauders look like they're setting up to play a little bump and run here. Got each guy right on the line, going to try to bump him off his spot and disrupt his momentum coming off the line. Nesbitt back to pass. He's being chased by Vitali. Can't get to him. Nesbitt is able to elude him, and he's able to throw the ball out of bounds. A great job by Nesbitt to avoid a couple of would-be sackers on that play, Earl.
What a great play. I mean, that's been, see, even the coach gave him a little pat on that.
Like you said, Earl, he's an intelligent player, you know. That's what they like to see.
And he's a gamer. He loves the game, man. He's in the game. He's always thinking. I love quarterbacks like that.
Yeah. You know, Vitali had a chance to get him. He couldn't do it. Number 19, Edlin Hernandez
had a chance to get him, and
wow,
what a great job of scrambling ability. Boy, if you could buy time like that, it bodes well.
You know, Steve, what was so amazing in Tom? He kept his head and his eyes down the field.
Yep.
See, he was even trying to help the receivers to get open.
That kid plays with passion, purpose.
Adds to that intelligence that you guys were talking about, along with the passion that he obviously has.
Look at that.
Back to pass.
Look at that.
Look
at that.
Right to number 88. Number 88 is T.C. Speller with another catch in this game. He has been the primary target for Nesbitt so far, and it's going to be third down. It looks like about 5 yards to go.
You're on the money, 5. Yep.
See, the first down marker is at about the 30-yard line, so you got to get to the 30. They're at the 35 right now.
And, this is a cliche, and I've said it over and over, it's true. It's a huge possession. It's a huge series for the Marauders. They need to get a stop here and hold this team to a field goal in 10 minutes heat.
Well, I tell you one thing. If he doesn't complete this pass, again, you got to look at his legs. He can beat you with his legs. So this is big, like you said, Steve.
They ought to have a spy, to make sure that Nesmith is accounted for. We'll see if the Marauders go to a spy formation here with some guy keeping an eye on Nesmith specifically.
That middle.
He's in the shotgun. He fakes the handoff.
Come on, no inside.
Actually, he doesn't fake the handoff. My God, we were all faked out by that one. It goes to number 32 for the Tide. That was Jameel McLeod. He's short of the first down, and it's a big stop for the Marauders.
That offensive line they got on the Tide is really good too. They're shifting properly. They're coming down there with that.
32 is and they gave us the wrong number. 32 is
Jameel McLeod.
No, Gabriel Collins.
Gabriel Collins.
Yeah.
So we ought to make a note on that one. So that was Gabriel Collins who stopped there. Thank you very much for the correction, Coach. We're working off a roster here to identify these players, to identify these very talented players for you. You've seen a lot of talent in this game so far. Guys are playing on both sides of the ball. Guys are going after it. Intelligence with the quarterbacks. Great game so far in terms of guys showcasing skills. As the Marauders offense comes out, Forcier and the offense are back, and they need to score. We're going to try to find out how much time is left in this game. Or left in the half, actually. Forcier under center. It's a play-action handoff, and it's knocked away by number 42 for the Tide. And number 42 for the Tide is Marcello Church. Great deflection on Forcier's pass. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. And Marcello Church has had a couple of plays in this game today, showcasing what he can do. A big guy who can run a little bit out there, and that's always a viable option in the NFL if you're able to get pressure on the quarterback. And what he did very well there is he learned the lesson that if you can't get to the quarterback, put your hands up and maybe you knock the ball down. That's what he did. Forcing out of the shotgun on 2nd down. Tries to get it to Wilkerson, and it's incomplete. He dropped it at the 30-yard line. Would have been a 1st down. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Marauders.
You know what I found out in the NFL more so than anything is why they drop so many passes. And, of course, Steve, you know where that comes from. Concentration.
Yeah.
Trying to run before you get the ball. And I've seen so many pros. It's not that they're not great receivers. I mean, they do it in their sleep. But you got to catch the football first and then make your move.
Got to see the ball into your. You got to see the ball into your hands and then turn on field. That's exactly right.
That's
That's the 2nd time that's happened in this game, actually, for the same receiver, actually. So he's got to get on the ball concentration-wise.
See, they can't afford
Forcier.
This is a big play.
Forcier in the shotgun. Obvious passing down here. Need to get something. He's back to pass. He's got time. Great protection by the offensive line. And it's complete. It's going to be a 1st down for the Marauders. We'll see who caught it for you. It was number 11 for the Marauders. That's Ryan Bass, a running back, who's made a couple of catches in this game, showing what he can do as a pass catcher out of the backfield, and a huge 1st down for the Marauders.
Well, you know that's a good thing. When a running back has good, soft hands, can catch the football, they can be a very big asset to a team, especially when they're trying to get that 1st down on a 3rd down situation.
Forcier out of the shotgun, another pass, nearly sack. He avoids a sack by number 42.
You know what that flag is about.
He's able to throw it away. Number 42 with the pressure on him for the Tide, which is Marcello Church, making a play again. He's been all over the backfield for the Tide in this game.
Holding.
And it's going to be holding on the Marauders, so the down will repeat, minus 10 yards for the Marauders, and that hurts.
Yeah, you can't keep self-destructing if you expect to get back in this game. And that's the lack of concentration. Yes, if the quarterback's getting hit, you try to protect him, but that wasn't the case. They held right in the middle of the line.
Good call on the holding penalty on that one, Earl.
Okay, this is 1st
So
down.
the original line of scrimmage is at the 31-yard line. They're at the 41, so it's going to be a 20. It's going to be 1st down and 20.
Yeah.
And Forcier is in the shotgun. So you get the big pass catch before, then you hurt yourself with a penalty. See what the Marauders can do here with Forcier in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Here comes more pressure. He bumps into his own guy, number 75, makes a great block, and he throws it downfield. It's incomplete, but he did a good job of throwing the area receiver and getting it out of there as he was under pressure yet again by the Tide's defense.
Yeah, I mean, that Tide defense is just cranking it up. I'm amazed at it because your offensive line for the Marauders have been doing a great job for the most part. They haven't been beating themselves by holding and penalties like that. And you know what that comes from, Steve? When you're starting to get a little tired.
Yep. And Steve Smith, number 75, was applying the pressure on that particular play.
Well, the good part is only second down, and they got a mile to go.
That they do. It's second down and 20. You figure they're going to go pass on this one. Although, what do you think they surprised with an inside draw that the defense does as they come in? They're stacked on the line right now. They've got about 8 guys in the box.
Oh.
And Forcier hands it off, and just like I mentioned, hands it off to Brendan Sullivan. Interesting play call there. He gets about 4 yards on that one, and it's going to be third down. Again, the original line of scrimmage was at the 31.
Steve, you must have knew something. You must have known the playbook.
I took a guess on that one, actually. Actually, the ball is at the 37-yard line.
Boy, you called that one right there, man. We're going to have to get you to scout. Man, that was a good call.
Interesting call on that one, although you would have liked for him to get a little bit more out of it. And thank you very much for that, Earl, but you would have liked to see him get a little bit more out of it. That being said, what I like about that play is it shows a little bit of courage on the part of the Marauders when a defense is thinking pass all the way. So we'll see what that translates to later on in this game, but they need to get a completion here on third down. Otherwise, they're going to go into this half down and having to regroup.
Yes, and no question about it. They're gonna have to air it out. You can't run. I mean, come on, time's against you. I know it's only the first half, but you need some good things to happen. You got to get the mental attitude back, because we know in football, 90% of the game is mental. That's right. Tom Herter said, between the ears.
And one thing's for sure, if it's between the ears, you want to make sure you manage how much wax you have in between those ears. Otherwise, you might not be able to hear what's going on in between the ears.
Okay, now.
All joking aside, Forcier back into the shotgun.
Steve, you've been hanging around Tom Herter too long.
That was number 24. Handed off. That was Chizzy Demute running it out. Showing some speed on that one. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage and a little bit past that. And it's going to be fourth down. An interesting play call there. Does this mean it looks like the coach is playing a field position game here, kind of going conservative with Coach Paulelli. Interesting call on that one, Earl. What did you think about it?
I didn't like that play. I mean, coach is calling a pretty good game. If you're going to do a play like that, why don't you throw a little dink pass to your running back, give him some space to make him and his ability that can be utilized in the proper way. Not just try to run him there, because linebackers, they're looking for run first.
I'm thinking that it must be close to the half here because you go for a play like that, so maybe he's thinking just get him into halftime and regroup and come out strong in the second half.
Wow.
That is a bounced snap to number 18, Kraft. Punts it off for the Marauders. It's a fair catch at the other end by number 17 for the Tide, which is Ricky Carlson. Yeah, it's going to be first. It's going to be first and 10 for the Tide at about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, and see, Ricky did the smart thing. You know, sometimes you get a player out there and they want to try to make something happen, and then that could fumble the ball or something bad can happen. But he just went on and made the fair catch.
And let me correct myself. Number 18, the punter for the Marauders, is Troy Cates. Jacob Kraft is the place kicker in this game. Troy Cates is the punter. He kicked on that play. Nice play to get inside the 20 on the fair catch. And again, it's going to be first and 10 for the Marauders, or for the Tide at the 17-yard line.
Okay, now watch. Here come the air show.
That's it.
Air show.
Nesman in the shotgun.
And
Here comes Hernandez. Inside handoff to number 32 for the Tide.
That's Gable Collins.
Gabriel Collins with another run play, running him inside. They're running him inside to death in this game, and it's going to be second down and about 5 yards. We'll see where we're at. They need to get to the 20. They need to get to the 27-yard line for the first down. The ball is at the 21-yard. It looks like, yeah, somewhere between the 21 and 22. We'll say it's a third down. We'll say it's second down and a long 6.
You got it.
Nesmith in the shotgun. Here comes Pryor again. He gets it off to Nesmith down the field. It's a first down to the 35-yard line. Number 11 for the Tide catches it for this one. That's D'Angelo Woody, and it's a big first down for the Tide as they try to move in for a score at the end of the half here.
Well, you talk about MVP. This young man is throwing the football.
And Tom,
Marquell.
There's a flag on the play, and the Tide are moving back.
Markell's really got a
Ineligible receiver downfield on the Tide, so repeat second down, negate the pass play. Big break for the Marauders.
That's a mental mistake. No way that you should illegal down the field. Come on.
Markell's really doing good. You know, it kind of reminds me what Coach used to say, a dog in a hunt don't get no fleas. Boy, that boy is rolling.
A rolling rock gathers no moss.
Oh, good night. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to have to keep you guys away from each other, man. Gracious.
Like a trash can without a trash bag. It's just a trash can. At any rate, and it's a handoff, and number 92, Eno Vitale. I'm telling you, this guy is big. He is fast. He's got long hair, too. He looks like a bigger version of Troy Polamalu, if you ask me. Getting a huge tackle in the backfield for a major loss, and it's going to be fourth down. Huge defensive stop for the Marauders.
Well, that's good because the halftime, that play was all about. But even with that case, you're supposed to, a big guy like that, he coming like that, you got to screen. You got to screen.
We're going to talk to you in a few minutes here. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and then we're going to talk to Tom Herter here at halftime for the state of the Professional Spring American Football League, find out what's going on at the league level here in St. Petersburg and nationally. We will be right back. In the meantime, you are listening to the East-West Showcase game for the PSAFL, the Professional Spring American Football League. It is halftime. It is 13-0 in favor of the Tide. We'll see if the Marauders can regroup for the second half. In the meantime, enjoy this commercial break. We'll be right back with you, and thank you very much for listening to Die Hard Sports Radio. We'll be right back.
I think we have the strength. We have a lot of good sponsors in the league. There's a lot of good team support also from the NFL teams as well. And I think as long as that support mechanism is in place, the strength of the league is right now very good. The State of the Union is looking good, and we're excited about going into next year full throttle.
And who are some of those sponsors that the league is working with at this point?
We have Kyle Coffee, we got Papa John's Pizza, McDonald's, just to name a few like that.
McDonald's and Papa John's, two of the biggest food franchises out there, particularly McDonald's. So.
Well, I like that Papa John's. You know, my boy Peyton Manning came out of there, and since we all went to the University of Tennessee, it makes it worthwhile.
That it does. Yeah, what does he have? A couple of dozen Papa John's that he owns now? You see him in the Papa John commercials saying, let's give away 2 million pizzas this year. I wonder how much they'll give away next year, next season. So it's going to be his last, by the way, but we'll talk more about that on Dire Sports Radio. So when do you see this league? And actually, as you know, Troy Vincent, who's the executive vice president of the NFL, is focusing on a developmental league. We've seen NFL Europe, we've seen the USFL, we've seen the XFL. All these leagues, the developmental leagues, fail. I know the PSAFL probably wants to be the developmental hub, so what are you doing as a league that is going to ensure that you can become the development hub for the NFL, but also last?
I think the caliber of talent that we're getting in, it's tremendous talent. But I think the biggest factor is too that we understand what it means to be a developmental league. We're not like the XFL where it tried to take over and create its own NFL type thing. The NFL is its own country. You can't even mess with that. So I think when you finally figure out that you are a developmental league and take that to the next level, concentrate on that, be passionate, purpose-driven, that's when things start to fall in place. So you're not trying to overstep the boundary of being something that you're really not.
Exactly. Why do you think those other leagues fail, like NFL Europe? What do you think it was about them that ultimately, was their undoing?
I think that they got too aggressive, and they got to a point where I think they were undercapitalized. I believe that they tried to rush the program too much. They tried to create venues like the XFL, wanted it to be a family venue. Some of the things they did to lay out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, you have wrestling trying to combine with football. And the one difference between wrestling and football is wrestling is done with usually 2 guys at a time, maybe 3. With football, it's 22 guys on the field. More importantly, football.
Oh, it's exactly.
So I know it was a reason to begin with.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation when you try to mix the two of them like that.
Yeah.
You have to have the proper marketing strategy. It's all about marketing and branding. And I think when you try to brand it the proper way, with the proper talent, with the proper names, people like Joe Namath,
Well, that one has
people like Earl, I don't know about myself too much. But, it's an experience where you brand it the proper way, you play it the proper way, the kids get moved up. No player left behind, one voice, one player, one locker. It's the solidarity of having almost like a union within itself.
Absolutely, and when I think about NFL Europe, the big thing with that, I think it was just too far away. Not to mention the fact that I was talking to Dan Miles yesterday. Something I learned is that in the NFL Europe league, they actually play 29 to 30 games a season. Can you imagine something like that? We're talking about possibly an 18-game season here in the NFL. A lot of people are complaining about, but that puts it in perspective. When you have football players playing 29 to 30 games a year in a league, where they're trying to
It's very draining at that point. It's hard enough to go through the season.
and then go back to manual.
You start playing like that, it's just a whole level. And then a lot of competition over there, logistically wise, it's a difficult situation. Soccer, of course, is a big game up there as we're seeing in the World Cup. So bringing it back here was really a good thing, and arena football is really helping a lot with that as well as with these developmental leagues right here. Troy Vincent has actually taken a look at these. There are more than one of these, but when they come together with the same business model, I think that's what makes it successful.
Tom, thank you very much for telling us what's going on with the Professional Spring American Football League. We look forward to its continued development. Here at Dire Sports Radio. Is there any way that Dire Sports Radio can continue to help with the development of the PSA? As the second half begins here, and an onside kick attempt by the Marauders, and they're trying to come up with it. We'll see what the call is. Interesting call by Coach Polelli. The ball went the required 10 yards, it looks like. They're trying to sort it out. An onside kick, and the Marauders are celebrating like they got it. And we're waiting for the official call on the field as the officials confer at midfield.
Offsides on the Marauders, so they're going to have to kick again. A heck of a try by the Marauders on the onside kick, but they were offsides, and they're going to have to kick it again. I'm sorry, Tom.
That's okay.
Go ahead and answer the question. The question was, in the development of the Professional Spring American Football League, how can Die Hard Sports Radio continue to help out with that? You mentioned something to me yesterday here about the trophy is about 7 pounds and 22 ounces, but it takes a lot of people to hold it up. So
well, what it is, I always use the analogy that the Lombardi trophy is 22.5 inches high, weighs 7.5 pounds, but it takes a team to lift it up. And the team consists not only of players and coaches and front office and GM, but also guys like yourself that we really appreciate the fact that you get on here and you're a tremendous player, by the way. I really appreciate that.
Our pleasure, believe me. And hopefully we'll have a better second half of getting the names called and identifying the markers and everything.
Well, with the adversity,
we're thrilled to be out. We really are.
With the adversity that we're working with here, I think it's phenomenal. You and Earl are doing a great job.
Appreciate that. Appreciate your remarks. Yes, we will definitely be around, and we want to make sure that everyone is working towards the same purpose, and that's getting this league fully monetized, and obviously the developmental hub for the NFL for years to come. So congratulations on the success of the first year of the existence of the League of the Professional Spring American Football League. Congratulations to you and Earl, and we'll be talking with you again. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get back to action here. It's going to be another kickoff for the Marauders, who tried the onside kick, Kev. A great call by Paulelli. It's just unfortunate that they couldn't execute it well enough to where you got the offsides. We're going to resume with the second half here. Earl Christie is back here with me. Earl, what do you look for in the second half?
Well, I look for him to stay with the game plan, try to run. You're not way behind, and they try another onside kick. He picks it up.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect that either. You figure if you go for it, it doesn't work. It's kind of like in tennis. You go for the slam shots at first to try to get the ace, and if it doesn't work, you're a little bit more conservative. Well, they went for the slam shot twice, and the Tide were able to recover it, and they've got the ball in great field position with a 13-0 lead. A risky play by the Marauders. Let's see if they get burnt by it.
Yeah, I wouldn't try no onside kick, especially after the first time it didn't work, to try to get them to get back in the game. That's what they were trying to do right now. But they need to really stay focused and not stop beating themselves. That's the key.
Well, the Marauders, showed some signs in the first half. Oliver Fryer was a real difference maker for them, and they had some good plays by Forcier in the receiving core. It's just, can they put it together in this second half? Nesman with the ball, running for his life, and he goes down. And is it a fumble? There's a cloud. The Marauders have it.
Huge turnover. A lot like how the first half began for the Marauders. The exact opposite. Instead of them committing the turnover, they get the turnover, and they're going to have a first down in great field position, Earl.
Oh, no question about it. And that on the quarterback was trying to do too much. There's sometimes you got to eat the ball. I mean, he's been making plays, but that's okay. Yeah. You can live with that because his leg has helped him in the first half. So actually, they got the ball where they want it right now. So let's see what they do for.
So the onside kick didn't work, but they get the turnover. How funny things can turn out. Forcier is in there with the shotgun, takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's looking right. He's got Wilkinson on the sideline, and it's even if he had caught it, he was out of bounds, and it's going to be second down. Let's see if there are any penalty flags on the field. No, there are not. Second down for the Marauders.
Yeah, that was a good hit, too, by
you can hear the crowd on there as well.
Yeah, Ricky Carlson. I mean, this kid's a gamer, man. That ball's in the air, and he has that mental attitude. Even playing defense, and you say the ball's in the air as much my ball as the offense.
You got to have that mentality. You got to be a ball hawk.
Uh-oh.
Inside handoff to number 24 for the Marauders. That's Chizzy Demude, who runs out for, looks like the ball started at the 35-yard line. It looks like it's going to be at about the 30-yard line. Nope. It's going to be at the, I'm sorry, the ball started out at the, it's at the 37.
They need about 4 down, 4 yards.
About 4 yards, so it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
Okay.
For the Marauders, and what figures to be a passing attempt here.
Oh, yeah. They're going to try to hit something over the middle just to pick up that first down.
Let's see what Forcier can do with his legs, too. He's a guy that, and it's a bad snap. It's a fumble.
Good night. Don't tell me.
Boy, there have been, and the Tide have recovered it.
That's amazing.
Unbelievable. You get the turnover if you're the Marauders, you turn it over back, and you're right back where you started from.
You can't afford to do things like that because then mentally that goes against you. You know, they start getting down on themselves, you know. Yeah, no, this. And again, I still contributed to condition. I know they had a rest at halftime, but when you start seeing fumbles and mistakes like that, those legs, or you getting the opportunity to not suck for wind. So that's the problem. I think these guys are not in the best of shape, and that's one of the most important things to do is be in shape, especially on the field.
Nesbitt back to hands it off inside. Didn't get a whole lot on that play. You can see the Marauder players celebrating, saying no good, no good.
Right.
And it's going to be second down for the Tide. Second and long.
Again, on situations like that, you would think that sometimes you could utilize that short pass and just dump it off to your running back so you give him the opportunity, again, like I said, to create something.
Well, let's see what they can create here. The Marauders defense has really done a good job of keeping them in this game because they've made some plays and they've been able to get some key third down stops. So the offense has got to kind of step it up here. They're on the sidelines and waiting that opportunity right now. Let's see what the Tide can do on second down here. Nesbitt operating out of the shotgun. Takes a snap, back to pass. Two guys coming after him, including Vitale.
He got it.
He throws it upfield.
What a catch.
And it's a great pass catch by number 11 for the Tide.
D'Angelo Woody.
D'Angelo Williams with that one.
That's awesome. That is phenomenal. I mean, come on. Is that a highlight? Is that big time?
Marvelous athleticism by both players in that game. Going up to get it, if you're the wide receiver, and Nesbitt and putting it in a place where the wide receiver could get it. And it's going to be a first down for D'Angelo Woody on a huge pass catch. The ball is lining up. It looks like the ball is at about the 22-yard line, first and 10 for the Tide in the Marauders zone.
They can't afford to let them score on this.
No,
play.
they can't, especially after the turnover. You got to hold them here, try to hold them to a field goal. This is a tough game for field, and it's a bad snap. And the Marauders trying to jump on it, but it looks like Nesbitt was able to recover it. A huge loss on that play. It's going to be second down.
And again, you know, all due respect to, that wasn't the quarterback's fault. That was a bad snap.
Yes, it was.
And again, some of the players, and you know, new players too that come in, special after a long season.
The ball was at the 22-yard line, and it's now at the 31-yard line. That's a 9-yard loss. It's going to be second down and 19 for the Tide, and a big break again for the Marauders. Let's see what they can do with it.
Well, in this situation, really, they open the field up so much so they can get it back that in a hurry, 15 yards or 20 yards. Now watch.
In the shotgun, and it's an inside handoff to the running back, who's not very happy with himself on that particular play.
Yeah, that was Gabe Collins.
Number 32, number 30 on Gabriel Collins, as you said, he read it inside. He not quite getting back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he got about 5 yards on that one. I'm going to say it's about third down and 14.
Right. But they lost yardage on the last one, and that was a good call, but that was a great play by the defense.
A lot like the play that we saw in the second, in the first half with the Marauders on a second and long play. They did an inside handoff to Sullivan. The Tide tried something on that play, and it was a little more successful, but it's third and long, and they're going to have to get some yards in the air here because I know the Marauders aren't going for another run play on this one. And Nesbitt is under pressure. He's got three guys coming after. He's able to elude him. He's going far back, throwing it towards the sideline. He gets it out of bounds. It's a smart play by Nesbitt, but it's going to force a field goal try for the Tide. Great pursuit on that play by number 44 for the Marauders, Kamalo Umu, who forced Marquel Nesbitt into a tough spot where he had to throw it out of bounds, and it's a field goal attempt for the Tide.
They got to be tired, that defensive line chasing Marquell. I'm telling you, that wears you out. And those guys were still hustling.
That they are. I'll tell you, that bodes very well. You know, if you can keep going after a small, quick quarterback like that, it shows endurance, it shows athleticism, it shows agility, and it's
they call it a penalty?
Yeah, and it's a penalty, I'm guessing, against the Tide because they are being pushed very far back. Might have been holding on that play.
Okay.
And it looks like it was because they're going back 10 yards. It's 3rd down and a mile for the Tide.
I wouldn't do that because you know what they're going to do? They're going to go a deep one and do a comeback.
I'm actually going to guess that they run the ball in this play here. Try to catch the Marauder defenders off guard thinking pass. Nope, he goes back to pass. He passes up the middle, nowhere near a 1st down. Doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
But that's field goal range.
That's number 29 for the Marauders. That's number 29 for the Tide, it looks like. Trying to identify who he is, or maybe that was number 24.
Well, they got the kicker coming in.
Yeah, well, Adesaraka is going to come in and attempt a field goal.
Oh, yeah. And that's all they wanted to get some distance back up. Yeah.
Nonetheless, it's short on the 1st down attempt. Not even get back in the line of scrimmage. So here comes Sirac in there. He is lining up from the 35-yard line, a 52-yard attempt.
That's right.
Let's see if he can nail it here. This would be huge if he gets it.
I tell you, he can hit you.
The kick is off. It's long enough, and it's good. Waiting for the... No, it's no good. It's wide right. Wide left.
Yeah.
Boy, it looked good from here, and boy, it had the leg. He was just not accurate with it. An incredible lay by Sirac on that one. He's just got to be more accurate.
Yeah, right. No, he has the distance, like you said, Steve. Yeah. He just didn't get good steps too, because that's important too, getting the right steps. Plus, he got a new holder there.
Another big break for the Marauders, and the Marauders, you're running out of time here. You're running out of possessions. You have got the score here. You're going to have to get at least 3 scores or 2 touchdown and extra points if you're going to overcome them here. If the Marauders defense can continue to hold the Tide here, that they've done a good job of doing. Forcier in the shotgun. Gives it off to Chizzy Demude, who runs to the left side and is dragged down about 4 yards down the field. Dragged down by, looks like, number 91. Or number 90 for the Tide. That was Aaron Williams, it looks like, that made the play.
You know, that guy, he hustles too. We haven't called his name a lot, but that's a defensive lineman running hard. That's what I like about both teams. They really hustle. So we got a timeout.
Timeout on the field. We'll see what this is all about.
Okay, they're starting to back up. Clock's running, which we don't see.
Yeah, they got to be going to a ticker on this one with manual clocks or digital watches. Forcier in the shotgun. Number three, Vizzy is running in towards the line here as a wide receiver.
Uh-oh, the running back. The Tide's been stopping
not much,
yeah.
And not much on that one. Chizzy Demude with another carry, number 24. Not much going on that play. It's going to be second. It's going to be 3rd down for the Marauders.
Steve, they need to try some play action. You see, because those linebackers are being very aggressive for the Tide. Play action could loosen up, then hit a back out of the backfield.
They need to get to the 45-yard line for a 1st down. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Marauders. Forcier in the shotgun. Don't expect play action. No running backs in the backfield.
Oh, wow.
Passes it to number 8.
He got it. He got
Sean Wilkerson. Yeah. And he's right at the 1st down marker. It should be a 1st down for the Marauders. And yes, the officials confirmed it. 1st down at the 45-yard line in the Marauders territory.
That was a good play. And quarterback stood in there, took a shot. In fact, on both cases, because the cornerback really was in good position with that. But that was just a great pass play. Great pass and a great catch.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Took his time, nice and simple.
Yeah,
Little
right.
dink and dunk there by offensive coordinator Ron. For the Marauders. It's going to be first down at the 45-yard line.
Yeah.
Forcier in the shotgun again. Was going under center for most of the second quarter. Back to the shotgun. Number 11 running towards him. That is Ryan Bass.
Oh.
And it's a shovel pass to Ryan Bass, running up there, gets about 7 yards on that play. It's going to be 7 or make that 6 yards on that play.
Right.
It looks like it's going to be about second down and 4, and a great execution on that shovel pass by Forcier and by Bass running upfield.
That play scares me, boy, because you throwing that ball into traffic, a lot of confusion there, but it did fool him. And picking up 6 yards, you'll take that anytime, Steve.
And hey, exactly. And when you run a play the defense hasn't seen before, a lot of times they're not ready for that. That's why they're called trick and gadget plays. Boise out of the shotgun. Looks like he fumbled there. Hands it to Chizzy Demude. Runs out the left sideline. He's got one defender to beat. And he's taken down at about the 10-yard line.
Uh-oh.
That is the run of the game right there. Chizzy Demude breaking off a huge one of about 25 yards. And it's going to be first down for the Marauders.
They've been looking for that all night. No question about it. Yeah, they got a good pop. Yeah, no doubt about it.
We love our fans too here on Die Hard Sports Radio.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
At the 10-yard line, first and 10
we
for
gonna
the
see.
Marauders. Forcing the
that's
shotgun.
fine.
Offsides
Okay.
there. Free play. Tosses it up towards the end zone. And Figueroa, number 4, can't quite come down with it, but it should be offsides against the Tide, which should place the ball at the 5-yard line. It would be first and goal.
That's just not lack of concentration. Again, jumping offside. And you know, and this hasn't happened just once, but it's several times.
Yeah, there's been a few offsides in this game, and actually most of them committed by the Tide so far, I
No
think.
question about it.
Forcier's cadence is kind of throwing him off, isn't he?
Well, but you still got to watch the football. Fundamentals. Watch that football.
We have a lot of guys that are anticipating, trying to jump the count, if you will, and you get in trouble more often than not.
Big time.
Especially when you don't know the players very well. This is the first time these two teams have faced each other. Forcier fakes the hands off, runs right. He's got a lane if he wants it, but he guts it at the back of the end zone. Number 3 for the Marauders. It's a touchdown. Or it should be a touchdown. It looks like he caught it at the back of the end zone.
I think the official waved it off. Yep. He was doing the wave sign.
So
Late call.
apparently on that particular play, number 3, Tom Vizzi, was out of bounds for the Marauders, and
Great
it's going to be
grab.
second down and 5. Looks like the officials are talking about it right now, so maybe they're yet to make a final determination on this. We'll see what the official says. He's walking towards the crowd right now. Ineligible man downfield against the
good.
Marauders.
Oh, you can't have that.
So you're going to go back to the 10-yard line. You negate the offsides penalty in your favor before. Now they're back to the 10-yard line. It's going to be first and goal.
You know, those are things that kill us, and coaches just drive you crazy. See, they were really primed to run the ball because the Marauders love to run. Now he's called the time.
Well, that's-
the Marauders.
Marauders with the timeout want to talk this over. Yeah, well, Chizzy Demude with the biggest run play in this game, busting it inside and then able to get to the corner up the sideline, and that was a huge play. And so, what do you look for in these red zone formation here? What kind of plays do you look for, given they've been fairly effective running the ball today?
Well, what's going to happen? I think a great play down here would be a bootleg. Quarterback option, and that's tough on the defensive back or your secondary when you get a quarterback down on the red zone that can roll out with an option, because the kid can run a little bit. He has pretty good legs and go back and forth with it, but that's a big problem.
So the guy in Maryland.
We're going to go ahead and the officials are still conferring, so we're going to take a short music break for a second here. We will be right back We're going to have you listen to B. Willa track called Evolution. You're listening to Dyro Sports Radio in the East-West Triangle game. In the East-West Showcase game, LA Marauders versus St. Petersburg Tide. We'll be right back. What's up? Not necessarily. As long as we can see the computer, so.
Take it.
Okay.
Take it off.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, take it off. Yeah, we'll.
And we are back. Forcier runs to his left, trying to get to the end zone. He's going to be taken out of bounds.
What was that play I called? Quarterback trying to.
Yeah, well, basically, it looks like they were about to go right, and then Forcier went back to his left, got a few yards out of that play. We'll see where the ball is spotted. It looks like it's inside the 5-yard line at this point. No, it looks like it's right at the 5-yard line, actually. So it's a 5-yard run for Forcier. That's going to make it 2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line.
They're going to run this ball. There's no question about it.
And you know what? Forcier is very effective with the play action. He's got pretty good legs himself. And you saw the run that Demude made, and Sullivan's pretty good as well. They got some weapons. They ought to take advantage of it in this situation, Earl.
I know what would be good, a post corner, because this number 3, he's out there by himself with the cornerback.
Forcier takes a snap out of the shotgun, throws an inside pass. He catches it. It's in the end zone, and it's a touchdown.
That's right.
Touchdown, Marauders. Number 80, Sean Wilkerson, we believe. Huge touchdown. They're within a touchdown now and an extra point. And if they get the extra point here, they're going to be within 6. It's 13-6 in favor of the Tide. A huge touchdown. What did you see on that play, Earl?
Well, I saw guys saying, listen, we need to block. Let's take a chance. They weren't scared to go for it. And the quarterback did a great job, and that's a lot of confidence in your wide receiver to catch the football. And that's what it just happened right here.
Kraft is on for the extra point, missed a couple of field goals. We'll see if he can nail an extra point in this game, which will give him a little bit of confidence, like a shooter making a free throw. The snap is off. It's clean. The kick is up. And it's good. 13-7. Huge touchdown for the Marauders. Let's see if they can make a defensive stop here and get another touchdown to get ahead of the Tide. Great beginning to the half for the Marauders.
Well, we got a football game, ladies and gentlemen, sport fans. Now, you're going to see something. Now, the Marauders defense has been playing pretty good because, I mean, you look at the score, okay? But here's where the Tide will come back and get aggressive on you. They have a tendency to do that if anybody scores on them.
Well,
okay?
Is there any plays that you see, Earl, that they haven't run as of yet that you're aware of that they like to run? I mean, they've thrown the ball downfield a few times. We haven't seen too many gouge plays, not too many end arounds, not too many draws, things of that nature.
Well, you haven't seen the best receiver of the Tide. I don't know if he's hurt, but Taurus Johnson, this kid is truly a beast. And I think they're going to start hitting some of those intermediate passes and try to control the clock and try to wear the defense down, because that's what it's all about, ball control.
The kick is off.
It's a short one.
It's a short kick, and it's fielded nearly cleanly. Taken down at about the 28-yard line. That is it looks like number 25. I'm trying to decipher if it's 23 or 25, but it's number 25 for the Tide. That is Gabriel Collins, I believe. Number 20. No, he's number 32. Number 25 is
Let's see.
Gabriel. According to this, it's Gabriel Collins. We're just saying Gabriel Collins on that. Or you said that Gabriel Collins is number 32.
Yeah.
So who is number 32? Must be 25. We're going to guess Jameel McLeod on that one on the return.
Yeah.
Gets it to the 28-yard line. It's about a 10-yard return. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tide.
You're gonna see some quick passes right now. I'm telling you.
And as the Tide come out, and Nesman, no surprises in the shotgun. Coming off the edge, they're trying to get a blitz on it, and it's deflected away.
That was a bad pass.
Another tip drill on that one. Well, actually, that was for the Marauders. Number 1 making that particular play. That was Julius Macharia. knocking it away. Kind of frustrated not getting the interception, but a great play nonetheless, and it's going to be second down for the Tide.
Well, see, this is why a quarterback, unless you're a Peyton Manning, that's, tall, 6'6", that you sometimes have to make a motion just like Brady does. While he's backing up, he'll kind of give a pump because he knows the play. He knows where basically you want to go. Of course, the guy that's got to get open for him.
Out of the shotgun, Nesbitt with that. A little shovel pass at the last second there. Nesbitt was under attack severely there.
Man.
Hands it off to number 14 for the Tide. And that is, we're trying to identify it here, so we're just going to say number 14 of the Tide. We'll try to find out who he is later on. It's a nice pass play on that one. They get... It looks like it was a first down on that one. They're moving the chains. Yes, it's going to be first and 10, it looks like, for the Tide at the 40-yard line. That was a 12-yard pickup.
That was a good play. Of course, and like you talked before about MVP, I mean, this kid's doing a job.
Yes, he is.
Naismith. Wow.
And it's a bad snap. And I think the Marauders picked it up. Yes, they recovered it. It should be going the other way. What is the official waiting for? It's obvious that the Marauders got it, and they did. They have it at the 20-yard line. I'm sorry, the 15-yard line. A huge turnover for the Tide, and the Marauders have a chance to take the lead if they can get the touchdown and the extra point. What a turnaround.
What's amazing, like you said, and again, turnovers. Turnovers can kill a football team, can kill momentum.
And the turnovers equalized on that one. I think each team has 2 now in this game, so it's not a big an issue. Usually the team that commits the most turnovers will lose, but the Marauders are right back in this game, and a touchdown extra point. They forge ahead 14-13 if they can get it. Forcier out of the shotgun. It looks like he's got Chizzy DeMute to his right, number 24. It looks like, yes. He faked right and then hands it off left, I believe, to Chizzy DeMute, who gets down to what looks like the 10-yard line. We'll see where they spot it.
That's great running. That's hard running. That's staying with your blocks. We're going to find out what this Tide defense is made of right now.
No penalty on that play. It looks like the ball is at the 10-yard line, so it looked like it was about a 5-yard run on that particular play. Second down and 5 for the Marauders. Forcier back to pass, looks right. Passes it to Wilkerson, who's taken out of bounds.
At the 6-yard line.
At the 6-yard line, so that is going to represent, that's a loss on that play, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Bad pass play there. You got to get beyond the line of scrimmage to try to get some positive yards out of it, especially on a pass play. That is inexcusable, and it's going to be third down and goal.
You're absolutely right. I just give credit to the defense because that was like a hitch, And
it looks like it's going to be a timeout here, called by Coach Paulelli and the Marauders. They want to talk this over. This is a huge play for them here to try to get in the end zone and take the lead in this game for the first time. What do you think is the difference with the Marauders in this turnaround here in the second half, Earl?
Well, it's a fight, and they're a second-half team, and just what I've seen of them when they play, they got their attitude in check and came back. I remember when they were playing one of the teams before, they came out not really ready. I mean, the coaches had them ready, but they weren't really aggressive. And now they say, hey, listen, we got a chance to be in this game. We only down by 13, and now they got a touchdown. So we got a chance to go ahead, just like you said, Steve. So it's all about attitude right now.
It's about sticking with it, and determination is too, Earl. Your attitude determines your altitude, like you said. And I'll tell you, I think the Marauders' defense has really done a great job of giving the Marauders' offense time to get some rhythm going. Is that fair to say?
Oh, yeah, no question about it. And, it's a team sport. They got to work in conjunction with one another. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Offense sets up defense, sets up field position, the offense takes it in. Forcier in the shotgun. DeMute right behind him. Fakes off to hands of DeMute, actually. He's going to get taken down in the backfield.
Oh, yeah.
And and it's probably going to be a field goal attempt after another negative play. Let's see what Coach Paolelli calls on this one.
Is he bringing in the team, or
It looks like he might be going for it here. I don't see Kraft as the kicker. He's number 18. I don't see him coming out.
And you know something?
I'm sorry, he's number 14, I should say. I don't see either 18 or 14 coming out.
And you got a good field goal kicker. I'd kick it because you're down only by 6. Another field goal. And then you have an opportunity to tie.
Well, we got some more personal changes coming in here. Trying to identify who's who and what's up. No, Forcier is out there. They're going for it.
Oh, yeah. And
this is aggressive football here. You got to love what Coach Paolelli is trying to do, taking a chance here. Forcier at the 10-yard line, takes a snap, throws it up towards the left side of the end zone. It's a catch. Let's see. It's a touchdown, Marauders!
Yes.
And they've tied it up at 13. A great pass in the corner from Forcier. We're trying to identify who it is.
That was a great play, great catch. Yep, and he broke.
It looks like that was number 4, Marquise Figueroa. It looks like number 4, if I had to guess, coming down with it. Huge touchdown, and it's going to be 14-13 if Kraft can kick the extra point here.
Well, Coach got aggressive on that. You got to give him credit. He had confidence in his quarterback and his wide receiver. So. That was a great play, okay?
The snap is off.
Good.
And it's good. 14-13 Marauders. We're going to try to figure out who got that touchdown. It looked like Figueroa initially. We're going to try to figure it out for you. Nonetheless, the Marauders are back in this game, and they have forged ahead to the lead for the first time. And it's going to be interesting to see how the tie react, Earl.
Yeah, I think your defense, if that defensive line continues to be aggressive, that's going to keep the Marauders in the game. On the other hand, now you're going to see them open up the passing game for the St. Pete Tide, because their back's up against the wall right now because they've lost a lot of momentum. You're going to see them come out. You're going to find out in this next series or two what St. Pete is made of.
And the crowd's getting nervous. You hear "Let's Go Tide" chants in the stands here, getting a little bit nervous. The Marauders making a comeback here in enemy territory.
Well,
Marauders showing a lot of character in this comeback. Let's see what they can do on this defensive series. And that's going to the back of the end zone. That's the best kickoff of the game yet. It's a touchback, and the tie will begin at the 20-yard line.
See, you can see how things, when they go good, the kicker even got more strength in his leg. Yeah,
It's not as humid out there, actually. It's cooled down a little bit here. The weather a little bit more tolerable after some rain, thunder, and lightning earlier. Some incredible lightning displays. That's why they call this area of the country, Tampa, St. Petersburg, the lightning capital of the world.
Well, it's truly a lightning capital of the world, no question about it.
Well, we're seeing some lightning on the field here with speed and agility, like that quarterback, like that pass play from Forcier into the corner for the touchdown. Just an incredible play, an incredible risk by Coach Paolelli that pays off. You know what they say, if you go for it and it goes bad, they're going to blame you, but if it goes well, you look like a genius. Well, Coach Paolelli looks like a genius right now.
Well, he said, hey, listen, man, I got to make something happen. You know, I got to get aggressive and let you guys know I got confidence in you. And it paid off for him. But it's gonna be a dogfight for the rest of the game. Now you're gonna see who's in shape right now. Who wants it? The third quarter's not over yet.
It's nice to hear the diehard fans out there showing some energy and showing some passion. That's what it's all about, folks. Everyone is doing their part here. The players are playing hard. The coaches are putting them in a position to win. The fans are into it. It's a great atmosphere here at St. Petersburg High School.
Yeah, it's just a nice stadium, too.
That it is, and it's a nice press box as well.
But, you know, you talk about the conditions are warm, but being an athlete, I love warm weather, man. You sweat real good. Okay.
Kickoff is deep again, nearly back to the end zone. It's fielded at the 1-yard line. And he's able to elude one tackle, able to elude another, taken down at about the 9-yard line. Didn't even get back to the 10 on that one. Looks like the ball is going to set up at the 8-yard line, actually. Great coverage by the Marauders special teams, and it's going to be a first down for the Tide.
Now you're going to see, right now, you're going to see what the Tide's made at. You're going to find some quick release passes. And you can rest assured they're going to be looking deep too. Okay, is that the end of the third quarter?
Third quarter is over. Yes. They're going to be switching sides. That's how you know when the quarter ends. Each team switched sides to go the opposite way that they did in the previous quarter. 14-13 Marauders.
Yeah,
and it's going to be a fight to the finish.
I haven't seen the other kid. We didn't get no injury reports. Do you see 89 for the Tide out there? This young man.
That's a very, very good question. We haven't seen him in a while. That's Torres Johnson, and we're going to try to identify him now, but it doesn't look like he's out there at first glance.
Yeah, because, there he is on the sideline over there. I see him. If he comes back in the game, because I think he's injured, he's limping on the sideline. He's right next to his head coach. But, the good part about it, that's a big blow for the Tide. Yeah, because he's not out there on offense. But they have some speed burners, and you're gonna see some good things happen. So now it's on the defense of the Marauders, and they're capable of withstanding. But that defensive line got to be.
Well, now you're looking for insurance points here. You want to get a stop and get some more points, continue to put the pressure on the Tide. And speaking of putting pressure on, there is a run play.
And that's number 32.
That's number 32, Gabriel Collins, who's been the feature back in this game, Earl.
Yes. I'm surprised that they're trying to throw the Marauders off by running the ball. Of course, you got a whole quarter left, so they know they can strike, but they're trying to fool them.
Looks like a 7-yard play as they went from the 8-yard line to the 15-yard line. So at 7 yards, it's going to be. And actually, the first down marker is at the. Or was that a first down? No, it's second down.
Yes. Yeah, it's 2nd and 9.
Okay, so that was a 1-yard run play. So 2nd and 9. The ball is at the 11-yard line. My mistake on that one. Nesman back to pass, under pressure, somehow gets it off. It's caught towards the left sideline. And that is number 25, it looks like, which is Jameel McLeod with the catch there.
Yeah, he got rid of it that time because that defense was on top of it. Now in this situation, so 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. You know, it's an interesting, the 3rd and 5, the potential for the draw exists. You would think they would pass it, especially against a good defense like the Marauders have been putting on display in this game under adverse circumstances. So let's see if Coach Miles goes to a little gadget play here that the Marauders haven't seen as of yet. Nesman out of the shotgun. Nope, they're going pass all the way under pressure. Pryor's trying to get to him. He's not able to. He runs out of bounds. We'll see what the call is. It looks like he's a little short of the first down.
Close.
It's going to be a very close goal on that play. And it looks like they're calling for 4th. Nope, they're moving the chains. It's going to be first down.
Yeah, it was close. And the kid, what's his number? 92? Limping?
92 is Eno Vitale. He is big and fast, I'm telling you.
He's a beast. I mean, he's hurt. He needs to come out of the game because in a case like that, a coach to see a guy limping. See, now they're taking him out of the game. See, and that's a smart move because you can really get a player hurt. And that's a good part on the coach. And, of course, the other coach, the offensive coach, Coach Miles, sees that. They're going to run something over there.
Vitale's a tremendous player with a tremendous future in this game. He's got the size and speed to be really successful as a defensive lineman.
This is time to go deep.
Out of the shotgun. Hands it off to Gabriel Collins, number 32. Doesn't get much on that play. It's going to be second down.
Yes. Timeout.
Timeout on the field,
Coach.
called by the Tide.
Coach don't look like he's happy about that call. But the bottom line, you got a block up there. You know, this game hasn't changed all these years. The name of the game is blocking and tackling. They didn't even give the running back a chance on that.
No, they did not. And it looks like they started the 27-yard line. The first down marker is at the 37-yard line, so it's probably going to be second down and 8 or 9 on that one.
Yeah, that's a big blow for the. That's the best receiver on the team is Torrance Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
That really gonna hurt him because that kid is awesome, and like you said, he has NFL experience.
Jameel McLeod becomes the guy now, number 25. He's going to have to be the guy that's going to pick up the slack for Torrance Johnson, and we'll see how the Marauders take advantage of that with their defensive secondary packages.
Yeah, that line, that defensive line, you got to give them credit. But the big boys up there, they've been after the quarterback all night.
And the Tide offense has broken the huddle. They are ready to go. It's second down and long. Nesman going to be in the shotgun yet again.
You know this game could go down to a field goal try. So we got two great field goal kickers in this game.
Nesman back to pass. Has time. And it's knocked away.
That's a great job by the linebacker.
By number 51, it looks like, for the Marauders. And that is Sung Jun Oh, defensive lineman.
Yeah, that was a good play by the coach because sometimes he has him rushing the passer and he just dropped back and really fooled the offense.
Yeah, Sung Jun Oh, so he plays on the line there, but showing some agility there, going back into pass coverage and knocking that ball away. Great play by him. It's going to be third down.
Get a penalty of holding, so they refused it.
A holding penalty. Yeah. They refuse it. It's going to be third and long. It makes sense, actually.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, but
they're trying to get off the field sooner rather than later.
Yeah. But I think if you went back, pass position, but they can throw. It's about getting the rush now because you guys, they've been blitzing. The Marauders been blitzing too tonight.
We are in the fourth quarter. Marauders 14, Tide 13. Nesman back to pass under pressure again, and he goes down. It's a huge sack for number 42 for the Marauders. Number 42 for the Marauders is...
Yep, they blitzed on that again.
Well, number 42, nonetheless, I'll tell you the difference in this game. The Marauders' defense has been all over Nesman in this game. I mean, it's just incredible. It's just uncanny how much pressure they got on him, and I finally fouled him. That was Homer Maga on the sack there, number 42, showing great speed on that play, getting after and being able to catch up to Nesman, who is no slowpoke itself, and that is a huge stop for the Marauders, and they're going to get the ball back with a chance to add some insurance points to their lead of 14-13, Earl.
But most important, they're going to have great field position. All things go well.
Yeah, we'll see about the punt here.
Yeah.
It's going to be Addis Sirac punting it away, number 18. He is back in his own end zone, so he better be careful here. Here comes the blitz. And they're blowing the play dead, probably because there is a penalty. False start on the Tide. They've got to punt again.
Illegal procedure against them. They're going to have to.
And that's going to push them back even more. And they got to be careful here because if the Marauders can get in there and get the block, they can either get the safety or get the touchdown. The safety, they get the ball back. With the touchdown, the Tide will get the ball back. So they've got to be very careful here if you're the Tide executing this punt play.
And you got to watch that end line. You can't step on it. That's a safety.
And he is right against the end line. Great point, Earl. Boy, I'll tell you, if they can execute this punt and get it off, that would be remarkable in and of itself. He does get it off. Great job of that.
Yeah, he boomed it. Look at
Chizzy Demude says, don't even bother to touch it. It takes a Marauder bounce and is down just inside the 40-yard line, the 39-yard line of the Tide. The Marauders with great field position here and all the momentum in this game thanks to a defense that has really gotten after Marquel Nessman of the Tide.
what you're going to see here, I think the Marauders saying, okay, listen, let's go back to our game plan originally. Let's test them on the run play, okay? Let's not, when you pass, more things happen bad than good. When you run, less chance of turning the ball over.
Mm-hmm. Running is more conservative.
Oh yeah, no.
You're only down by one. You're only down by one if you're the Tide. So this game is far from over. But the Marauders have the momentum and they have options. We'll see how to utilize them in this series.
The good old tale of two halves. Okay, first half, the good St. Pete was all over them, and the second half is now the Marauders. We're gonna find out. It comes down to the end.
And as you often see in sports, in big games, a lot of people say, well, you didn't get off to a good start, which is true, but it's not how you start, it's how you close. And the Marauders are doing a great job of closing this game right now. Let's see what they do here. Forcier in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands it off to Chizzy Demude, who goes inside, and he is at the third level of the defense. He's got one man to beat, and it's a touchdown for Chizzy Demude. It's 20-13 Marauders, and they have all the momentum in this game, and Chizzy Demude has been the catalyst for this Marauders comeback, Earl.
And you know what happened on that play? It was offside, so the Marauders refused the penalty. It's a touchdown for them. And that's the fight. That's the key. And that's who wants it.
Chizzy Demude got the key run in the Marauders' first touchdown. They get the touchdown here that increases their lead, and with an extra point, they're going to go up 21-13. An unbelievable turnaround by the Marauders in the second half.
Again, determination, the will to want to win.
And we got fireworks in the background here, actually. Just saw a couple of fireworks off in the distance. Fireworks on the offensive side. The holder has a hard time handling the snap, but Kraft kicked it through anyways. 21-13 Marauders. What a turnaround. And right now the Tide are getting rolled, you could say. Right, Earl?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's still anybody's game because you got the 2 extra points. So, yeah. I mean, it's
2-point conversions, yeah, exactly. So you drive for the touchdown, you go for the 2-point conversion. It depends on the situation of the game, when it's at, and sometimes you go for 1. So if you go for the 2-point conversion, let's figure this out. Let's just say the Tide score. It would be 21-19. Now, if you go for the extra point, it's 21-20. But if you go for the 2, then you can tie it. But even if you don't go for it, even if you don't get it, you might as well go for the 2-point conversion, because either way you can win it with a field goal.
You don't have no choice. I mean, come on. You
might as well go for it to see if you can tie it up. But if you don't tie it up, you can still win with a field goal if you get the stop on the on your defensive series.
You got to go for 2.
Yeah.
You got to give yourself a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no question about it.
It's a calculated risk.
Yes.
Either way, a field goal can win the game for you, whether it's tied or you're down by less than 3.
Yeah, that's just like you have a chance to kick the extra point to tie the game, and you go for 2 to try to win it. Mm-hmm. You don't do it.
Well, conventional wisdom says you don't do it, but then you don't play for ties, you play for the win. They say if you're on the road, go for it. If you're at home, don't.
Well,
it just depends.
A lot of coaches will lose their job if they do, because at least if you tie, you got a second chance. That's just like a quarterback throwing it away instead of trying to force it in there.
That's a very, very good point. The kick is off. It is deep yet again. It is fielded by number 17 of the Tide.
That was a pretty good run back,
which is Ricky Carlson, who's done a good job of handling kickoffs for the Tide in this game. It's a good run back, as Earl said. Looks like they're going to start off at about the 27-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Marauders. I'm sorry, for the Tide.
Well, you're going to see this offense start throwing the football. They're going to have rollouts, and you're going to see this young man Nesmith utilize his legs right now because it's getting to that point that you got to pull out every stop.
Yeah, time is running out here, and they have to be productive in a short amount of time. So I agree with you. Look for pass. But that's a huge risk because this Marauders pass rush has been outstanding in this game. It's been the whole difference, in my opinion. Is that fair to say, Earl?
Yeah, but you got to do screen passes. That slows down that rush.
Yeah, it will.
You know
You're right about that. Here comes Vitali, who got through. Tried to get it off to Jameel McLeod, number 25. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10 for the Tide.
Yeah, see, he jumped that. The corner jumped that. The right corner just jumped that pass right there. And that was really a dangerous pass, but good thing he overthrew him. I tell you what's.
This is a key series here. You can't leave this possession empty-handed if you're Tide. The Marauders have all the momentum right now. Kind of like the Tide in the first half. It's been all Marauders in the second half. You need to score here to get some momentum back, Earl.
Well, what they need to do is control the football and get a drive going, okay?
Yeah.
Then you can play field position.
Tire that defense out, too.
Yeah. You got to get rid of it.
Speaking of pressure on the quarterback, Eno Vitali led the charge, gets the sack, and Nesman and the Tide offense is just reeling right now under relentless pressure by the Marauders. It started in the second quarter with Oliver Pryor when he got to the backfield a couple of times, and they have just gone ever since. They found something. Coach Paoli found something, and they've just been riding that wave. They have been all over the backfield since Oliver Pryor came into the second quarter, made a couple of big plays for them, Earl.
And you know what's so key, too, I like about both teams, you know, they still getting after each other. And I'm looking at this young man, okay.
Nesman under pressure again. Boy, that pocket is really collapsing around. He's got two guys, and he's about to go down again. He's trying to make a play. Nearly a fumble on that one. Number 44 on that play for the Marauders. Makes the sack. That is Kamalo Umu with another sack in this particular game. He's had a huge game getting pressure on Nesman. And the Tide are really in trouble now.
Oh, yeah. No, it's no question. And you would think that, again, to hit some short, quick passes, they're just putting too much pressure on it.
Yeah, you got a point about the screen passes. You got to use that pass rush against the Marauders. It's been so effective. But then again, you see the Marauders are coming up the middle. They're coming from the sides. They're disguising things pretty well. Maybe they haven't run the screen pass because they don't know exactly where the blitz is going to be coming from.
But here's the problem. They just out-manning them and out-physicaling them. Mm-hmm. And that's what's happening right now. They truly are beating them. Yeah, they truly beating them.
It's going to be hard to figure out a player in this game. Kamala Umu's had a big game here. Chizitamune on the offensive side has been the difference maker offensively with the big runs for the touchdown and one that set up a touchdown. So if the Marauders can hang on here, we could have multiple guys that are MVP this game.
I gotta go to the defense player.
The defensive line especially.
Yeah, and pick one of those guys.
Nesman back in the shotgun. Umu is lurking at the line, raring to go. It's a punt play for Addis Sirac. And it's going to take another Marauder bounce, another poor punt for Sirac at the 30-yard line.
Right now.
It's all Marauders in the second half.
Yeah, if they don't stop him right now and get the ball and go downfield. We don't know how much time. But it's getting close to halfway.
It is getting close here, and boy, I'll tell you, maybe the time can't go fast enough for the Marauders trying to hold on in this game here, but they have all the momentum right now, and they've just dominated the second half. With effective running by Demude and a relentless pass rush. Forcier in there. He's in the shotgun.
Well, you know they run it. There's no question.
Yeah, and they should because you want to burn clock. No, they fake the run. A flag is thrown by the number 8 official. We'll see what this play is all about.
And they throw it back there. It must be holding.
Thrown by the umpire. Yep. Coming back for the Marauders is going to be first down and long.
And see, that's a mental mistake. Here you throwing a hitch pass and you hold it. All you got to do is stay in front of your man.
Illegal block. Illegal use of hands was a call on that one. Might as well be a hold.
Oh, yeah. Well, the hands were involved, right?
That they were, and involved illegally. So it's a hurtful penalty from the Marauders.
Oh, good night. Yeah.
So let's see what they can do now. Forcier's had a very good game, and obviously Demude has been great. So they've got some weapons here, and they have some options. But you look for on pass on this particular play, don't you, Earl?
No, I'm looking for a run. The defense may be looking for it. And see, that's how you trick them up.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why I'm saying that is because the Marauders like to run, okay?
And they've ran very effectively in this half, no question about it.
And this would be a good time for a draw play.
We'll see if that's what they go to. Who do they have back there?
Okay.
Looks like number 24 again, Chizzy Demude, who's been the best offensive player for the Marauders in this game. Forcier's had a good game as well. Fakes the inside handoff. The ball is deflected on a pass by Forcier. It's caught anyways by Demude, who gets up the sideline and nearly gets a first down out of it. Looks like they got to get to about the 20-yard line for the first down. Looks like he might be 3 yards short, but that was a great play to put themselves in the position to get the first down.
Well, that was a good call, and no doubt about it.
He ran up the left sideline there. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of real estate down there, but Demude is using it very, very well. And as we were waiting to see the play to be called,
they spotted it. Must have penalty on this. Wow, look at that. There's a penalty.
To keep up with the Professional Spring American Football League, folks, go to their website, www.ps-afl.com, for the latest with the tie with the Marauders and with the league. You heard the Commissioner, Tom Herter, talking at halftime. They want to be at 8 teams next year, and then eventually they're probably going to approach the NFL and Troy Vincent about being the developmental hub for the NFL. We'll see how that goes, but the future is bright with the PSAFL, and you want to jump on this train before it leaves the station and be part of history in the making as this league is on the ground level going up. You don't want to miss the action, so check it out. The season will begin again next year. That's why it's called the Professional Spring American Football League. They play their games in May and June in between the NFL draft and when preseason begins in August.
Well, you know, this is true. This is a bad penalty for the Marauders, and especially they have all the momentum. This could be a turning point. We're going to see how this pans out.
Yes, it is. This game is not over yet, folks.
45-yard line. Okay? Plus, a lot of time it's favoring the St. Pete Tide because they're getting rest on defense. They out-scramble. The officials are unscrambling what's going on.
Well, the Marauders are making some substitutions themselves. Right. Wilkerson is back in the game. Number 11 is back in the game for the Marauders. That is Ryan Bass. We haven't seen him in a while, actually. So he had a couple of pass catches in the first half, catching balls out of the backfield.
See,
and Marquise Figueroa is lining up out wide on the right side here. We believe he scored the winning touchdown in the corner when the tie, or the go-ahead touchdown, I should say, in the corner when the Tide went up, when the Marauders went up 14-13. He's lined out wide. You got two receivers to the left. Calling an audible, as Earl just said, is Forcier rolling out to his right. The play is whistled dead.
Delay of game. It's got to be.
Don't see a flag on the field.
I heard the whistle, and it's against the Marauders. You gotta get mentally tough at this time of the game. You got the chance to win this game. You got the ball. Time's running out.
Does it seem like the Marauders are rushing here a little bit?
I think they're losing concentration. And you gotta discipline yourself.
Now, well, the defense has basically been the difference in this game in the Marauders. The offense has played much better in the second half, but they are killing themselves with these penalties, as you said, Coach. They got to get it together and try to keep that tight offense on the sideline because Nesmond is tough, as he's demonstrated when he can buy time to get a pass down the field. And it's a mile to go for the Marauders as they keep going backwards as opposed to forwards. Forcey out of the shotgun. Hands it off to Brandon Sullivan, who runs to his left, flips over, makes a great play flipping over and maintaining his balance to get another couple of yards out of that one. It looks like it's a 10-yard play. You're not quite back at the line of scrimmage, but a great individual effort by Sullivan on that one as he leapfrogged number 17 for the Tide, which is Ricky Carlson, the defensive back. Great agility on that one.
What's great about that play? He didn't go out of bounds. See, and that's good. In all that ruckus, he could have gone out of bounds and stopped the clock.
The Marauders have the clock on their side, and it's a great point, Earl. They do not want to stop that clock under any circumstances, but the Tide have to find a way to get him out of bounds conversely, because they need all the time that they can get. It's basically a two-possession game right now, unless you get the two-point conversion, which is tough. Forcier back to pass, fakes the end-eye handoff to Sullivan. He kind of loses his footing and throws it in the area of Oliver Pryor. It's incomplete. Number 52 for the Tide on that particular play, defending that play, was Tim Green.
Yeah,
couldn't quite come up with the pickoff, but a big stop for the Tide in this one.
And Steve, what's that score again?
It's 21-13 in favor of the Marauders, last I checked.
Okay, and you know what's so awesome about that? Okay, it looks like you're going against.
Is there a penalty against the Tide? They're walking the wrong way now if you're a Tides fan. If you're a Tide fan, then yeah. This might be a first down, actually. We're looking for the yard marker down there to see what down it is, and this is
Huge.
Boy, if you're the Tide and you commit a penalty to give these Marauders a first down when you pushed them as far back as you did, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts worse than an open cut that you don't have any Band-Aids for, or any Neosporin for that matter. That really hurts.
I mean, you would think that would be unsportsmanlike conduct. We didn't see the official give a signal on that. But whatever it is, it was a big
We're
penalty.
assuming it's a first down here at the
first down.
Looks like the 25-yard line. Forcey out of the shotgun, inside handoff to Brandon Sullivan, who might have gotten 2 yards on that play, spinning into whatever yardage he could get, and it's going to be second down.
You can rest assured they're going to be running the ball from here. No question about it.
As well they should. The clock is on their side. If you get another field goal, then you basically put this game out of reach because it's got to be late, so you might as well take your time, and if Kraft can get a field goal through for the first time in the game, the Marauders are going to be in even better shape than they are now.
If they get in a little closer, you can rest assured they'll try. But, you know, like you say, it can be dangerous.
Yeah, because Tides players are going to be slapping at it. So whoever's handling the ball, whether it be Sullivan, whether it be Demude, you want to have both hands around the ball to protect it because they're going to be slapping at it. Forcey back to pass. Fade right up the sideline. And it looked like Ryan Bass, number 11, pushed off on that play, got away with it. The officials don't call it, and it's going to be third down.
Well, you know the offense gets a better hand at it. Tom Herter, of course, if he playing, he would say, come on, man, you got to call it for the defense. You know, it's always tough on the defense.
That's right. That's where the lights are out. Ready to go, buddy.
And the lights are out in this room here. It's actually creating a better vantage point to see the field with in the second half here. We really appreciate you hanging in there with us. No scoreboard and whatnot. We're doing the best we can here. It's a great, great game that we've had the privilege of calling here so far, in which the Marauders have staged a startling comeback and have just dominated the second half. Let's see if they can finish it off.
Excuse me, this is the biggest play of the game right now. Right now.
Inside handoff to Demude again.
Okay, now, you kick the field goal?
And well, yeah, you want to get any points you can in this particular situation. If you ask me, I mean, what have you got to lose? Your defense is playing great. I would absolutely go for the field goal. It's too close to punt it.
That's pretty interesting, too, Earl. They did that shift on the defense like we were talking about from the 4-3 to the 3-4.
That's true, Tom. And they've been in the game. Listen, they're going for it. They're going for it.
Well,
They got about
they
5
don't.
yards.
It's offsides. It's a free play, and oh, it was nearly a touchdown to Wilkerson.
Number 10 for the Tide on that particular play with a huge play on that one.
That's a first down. That's a mental aspect.
And that was Bertram Balfour who knocked it away, preventing the touchdown. But let's see what the impact of the penalty is on the Tide. It is definitely offsides.
It's going to be a first down.
Exactly right. The official just confirmed it.
It's close. I mean,
man, oh man, oh man.
This shows you discipline, mental toughness. No question, first down. And how can you jump off sides? This is not the first, second time. This is about the third or fourth time they've done that.
The Tide are getting sunk, if you will, in the second half. And I'm telling you, they don't have a lot of time left to try to make a comeback in this game. And if the Marauders get the score here, you can pretty much declare it over because it would be a two-possession game. And I just don't think there's going to be enough time for the Tide to have two possessions to come back in this game to even tie it, much less win it.
Well, you know they're going to run it down here.
Forsey out of the shotgun. Fakes throw, actually hands it off to Brendan Sullivan. It looked like he faked it at first. It was a handoff, and Sullivan,
look at that.
It's a penalty at the end of that play. Maybe a face mask. We'll see what the official calls. And we have a little disagreement going down there.
Number 51 for the Tide, which is Casey Tolson, kind of mixing it up with number 75 of the Marauders.
Well, he's going to get the penalty because the official came in on the second one and gave him unsportsmanlike conduct, and that's it. Unless it's offsetting. Yeah.
Might have been 75 or 72. If it's 72, it's Martin Coleman. No, I'm sorry. It was Garden Fanal, who's an offensive line, number 75, kind of mixing it up with Tolson.
Did they kick him out of the game, or they just took him out?
Took him out.
Okay, and that was a good move.
Took him out.
A little bit of frustration on the part of the Tide, sensing that they're losing this one here, maybe trying to bait the Marauders into some fights.
You can't blame the Tide on this because the Marauders are winning. You don't do penalties like that. That's hurting your ball club. The penalties basically on them. They taking them back.
So it was unsportsmanlike conduct
yes, you can't do that.
Against the Marauders. That was declined, and a personal foul against the Marauders, which is basically the same thing in terms of yardage. It's a 15-yard penalty.
See, you got to be smarter than that. You
second down.
Football game, okay? That's where that discipline comes in.
That's right.
If they stay right to what the form they're doing, the Marauders, be cool. You winning.
It looks like they got to get to about the 18-yard line.
Oh, man.
To get the well, it looks like the original line of scrimmage. Well, it's a mile away for the Marauders.
This
has been an interesting series. The Marauders get pushed back, then they find their way back into more favorable position with Tide penalties, and now they commit a couple of bad penalties here, one of which counts. Kind of an ugly possession here for both teams.
Yeah, so, and when you're winning, that's what I'm saying. You know, that's a bad thing. Well, why are you going to get a person? That's smart on the other team to try to draw you into something.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this is really exciting here, too. Like we were talking about with the expansion coming up next year. A lot of things to look forward to. I know down there in Austin, Texas, with Michael Bass running that team, it'll be really good. And they'll call things just like this right here you're seeing and get those close games going. It's really exciting. Good football.
You know what I like about it, Tom, too, and Steve, is that we got some good officiating tonight. I think they've been on top of it. I mean, you can say, you know, you haven't seen no real bad calls. I think they've done a tremendous job, and that's an important part of the game, officiating.
Exactly right. Well, the officials have done a pretty good job. Really, that was the first skirmish in this game, you could say, and it didn't escalate. So the officials have done a great job of controlling the atmosphere in this game, and the players have played very, very hard.
Yeah. This has been really, as you said, a great showcase, the East and the West.
Yes, it is, and the West is winning here right now, and we'll see if they can hold on here.
I know the NFL.
Forcier back to pass. Hands it off to Brendan Sullivan, who runs to his left, trying to beat a couple of guys. He's forced out of bounds.
See, now that was a bad play. You never go out of bounds. You got the clock on your side. You got to go down.
It was number 24 on the Tide making that particular play, and you're right about that, Earl. Number 24 for the Tide is Bernard Dawson.
who made a great play of forcing Sullivan out of bounds, actually. Sometimes you give the defensive player credit, but you're right. He's got to find a way to stay in bounds.
No, you just go down. I mean,
It's third down and a mile for the Marauders.
Yeah, you helping the defense on that case.
Exactly. And with these stoppages, you give a defense a chance to rest. You stop the clock. They have a chance to catch their breath, and you've got to keep the clock running if you're the Marauders here.
So you're gonna run this one. Don't turn the ball over.
And maybe get a field goal out of it.
Oh man, look! What?
Bounces at that one. A little frustration on the part of Wilkerson there. Forcier with a bad pass. And let's see if the Marauders go for the field goal here, or if they go for it on fourth down again.
In this case, I still would have ran the ball, okay? Because the clock is your best friend right now, and it's the Tide's worst enemy.
Yeah, because if you don't complete a pass, it stops the clock, doesn't it?
Okay, now, guess what? On fourth down, run the clock or stop after the play. See, he's trying to draw him offside, but that's not going to work. He's going to get a delay of the game if he doesn't get it off.
Forcier with some demonstrative arm movements there, kind of moving around.
Yeah, delay the game?
And it's going to be...
He's playing beat the clock, and he's going to do that now.
Yep.
What we got here?
We'll see what the play call is here.
It's really, really tough to really analyze it where we don't know how much time's left.
Well, we do know this. The Marauders, it's deep into the fourth quarter, I figure, at this point. And we'll see if the game finishes up here in the next few minutes.
He's definitely playing beat the clock here. He's going to have to throw that ball over.
Oh, there's no question. You definitely got to throw it. I mean, a couple good things happen when you throw it. If you throw it in completion, the clock stops, okay? But you're going to try to get some first downs and get out of bounds.
And it's going to be Tim Cates is out to punt the football for the Marauders.
In a case like this, ooh, wow, that came close.
He got the kick off, and it's a good one, but it rolls into the end zone. The Marauders are not able to down it, so it will be a touchback, and the Tide will have it at their own 20-yard line.
Okay, now you're going to see. We're going to find out the great defense, the great offense. And
that was Troy Cates on the punt there. Nearly kept it out of the end zone, but the Marauders couldn't catch up to it. What do you look for in this? What do you look for in this next series, Earl?
Well, I look for the guys. They'll try to fool them a little bit, but you got to go down the middle to fool them because they're going to try to guard the outside because you're working against the clock. But right from the beginning, you do a play action and then open it up.
Well, maybe you got to have some crossing action here because you want to find a way to get out of bounds to buy yourself some time. As a matter of fact, do we know what the timeout situation is as far as what I think each team has used 2 timeouts this half, and it's 3 per half usually.
Well, here comes.
So I figure they each have a timeout, but they want to find a way to get out of bounds if they can. Maybe running some crossing patterns, having a couple extra blockers out there, that type of thing.
Well, Robert's got to come in with that lights out, Earl.
And another pass rush on Nesbitt. He's able to escape the rush and nearly goes down there. And it's a great play by number 1 of the Marauders. Keeping number 80 of the Tide from being able to catch the ball. That was Kenny O'Neill, and number 1 for the Marauders in this particular game. I'm trying to figure it out here. That was Julius Macharia. Knocking that pass down, keeping O'Neill from catching it, a huge play, and it's going to be second down.
What you do in a case like this, you want to get a first down right now. Get and regroup, run up to the ball, do your 2-minute drill or whatever time's left, your fast drill. You got to come out of the huddle. You got to have 1 or 2 plays called in the huddle at this particular time in the game.
Exactly.
And the middle's open. The middle's open. Now you got the safety walking up.
Nesbitt back in the shotgun. No surprise there, and it's going to be offsides. It's going to be encroachment, it looks like.
See, again.
No, they're clapping, actually. Maybe it's going to be a legal procedure against the Tide based on the Marauder players clapping for him. Maybe it's against the Tide. No, it's offside. It's encroachment by Vitali. Unabated to the
not happy
quarterback.
about the clapping. He said, that's okay. But
Players are always trying to sell the officials to call it one way by clapping as if it's going to be in
Exactly.
their favor, but unabated to the quarterback was Vitali, and if you're Nesman, you don't want Vitali unabated to you whatsoever because he is huge and he will
right.
hit you.
What's that illegal procedure?
It's going to be a legal procedure given that 5 yards back. Boy, what a weird half it was where you have a team committing a penalty, then the other team commits a civil penalty and gives it back. Kind of evening out penalty-wise here. It's been an ugly game in that respect.
Well, Steve, again, it gets down to discipline. Players are tired at this point. When you get tired, and the coach used to say, when your legs go, you go.
You got that, and this weather's not helping at all, but they got to call something good to happen out here.
It's not over. I don't know how much time's left, but you can rest assured the Tide's they're gonna hit some seams.
Nesman takes the Nesman takes the snap. Rolls out to his right.
Open.
He's got O'Neal up the sideline. He's wide open. He catches it. He's taken down at the 29-yard line.
That's what I'm saying. This game is not over.
By number 29 for the Marauders, making a play, saving a potential touchdown there. That was Joe Larchie.
And that was
Making
Kenny
a play. Number 80 O'Neal coming down with
With a huge grab. It's going to be first down.
Just happened to be from the New York Jets and hopefully go back to the NFL.
How about the kid from the Redskins?
Oh, Tom, he's been great tonight. Okay. See, now he called timeout. Yeah.
Yes, and he got out of bounds. Did he get out of bounds on that particular
No,
play?
that's why they called timeout.
That's exactly right. And they got to move the markers. Now, in college, if they move the markers, they stop the clock for that. You don't stop it here at the pro level, and that's basically how this game is being set up, NFL style. Which is great experience for these guys, especially if they get up to the NFL level. They'll play it in that style of game. But what a thrilling game this has been. Give the Tide credit, hanging in there despite how much they've been dominated in this half.
But you know, here's the key too, and we mentioned it early. The Tide lost their best receiver in the game, and trust me, this kid is a beast. There's no question about it, and that's Tars Johnson. And he's out there helping the coach right now.
Well, Kenny O'Neal is out there trying to make up the difference. Came up with a big catch on that one. Let's see what the Tide can do with it from here. Getting low on time. Nesman out of the shotgun yet again. He's got Collins to his right. And is it going to be a delayed game? It did look like offside, so it's either delay of game.
Illegal procedure. Oh man.
Illegal procedure on the Tide. Boy, that one really, really hurts.
Well, it hurts, but it don't hurt because they didn't lose no time. Okay? If they'd lost time, then it really hurt because the clock is the enemy right now.
That's a good point, but what I would say to that, Earl, is you might not lose time there, but you lose field position, and you've got an obvious passing situation here against the Marauders pass rush that's been effective all half long. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's a true point. But they're going deep. That's the good part about this. They're going to go deep.
Like they did before, and it worked, so let's see if they can do it again.
They're coming.
Taking the stab at the 40-yard line. Short pass out. May have gotten 1 or 2 yards on that play. That was number 12 in this game, Jameel McLeod again making another play for the Tide in this game.
I'm going to tell you a kid that...
It's 4-down territory no matter where you are. Go ahead, Earl.
Yeah, one of the kids, Woody, watch number 11 if he's in the game. Watch number 11 for the Tide. Some of these guys are big play persons, and you know that tells you when it comes up down to the nitty-gritty, some of the players that
D'Angelo
really
Woody is number 11.
Oh, yes.
We haven't heard from him in a while, actually, so not too many catches for him in this half, I believe.
He
got a good set of hands, too, Earl.
Yes, he does.
Exactly, Tom.
Had a very good first half, a good first quarter. Okay. But we haven't heard too much of him, so good job by the Marauders to take him away.
Out? I know he used 2 right now.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this would be the last time out here because I thought the Tide had used 2 timeouts before. Typically, you get 3.5. So my guess is this is their final timeout.
And they'll either have to clock it, run out of bounds.
Exactly.
And set. So you know the coaches call a couple plays in the huddle. Okay, so they'll know. Get up to that line, scrimmage.
That boy reminds me of your old teammate, Maynard.
Oh, Country Don Maynard?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. those hands, man.
We named this boy Corn Biscuit.
Oh, boy. Yes.
So here we go. We're getting to a rousing finish here. Can the Tide stick it in to have a chance to tie, or will the Marauders' defense that has played great all half long make yet another stop?
Good point. They definitely have played well in the second half.
Nesbitt in the shotgun again. He's got Collins to his right. And the Marauders are showing blitz, and here they come. That's what they're doing all series long. Nesbitt going for the end zone. It is out of bounds, trying to get it to O'Neal, not able to get there. Two defenders back there for the Marauders.
They covered well.
And the Tide are running out of chances here.
What down we have now?
I'm thinking it's third down at this point. Maybe fourth. I'm looking for the yard marker there.
Yeah.
No, it was first down. It should be changed. Yeah, it's third down now.
Okay, third down. Of
And
course.
it's probably going to be a pass play here. They don't have a lot of time left.
And of course, I don't know the time. That's why I can't really tell. I can say what they're going for, but the good part about it, in a case like that, you could get a first down, go up and spike it, because the middle is definitely open.
The ball's at the 30-yard line. Nesbitt in the shotgun again. Collins at the same offensive formation as the previous two plays. Nesbitt ducks under a potential sack, gets out of bounds on a huge running play. Nearly a first down. Nearly a first down on that one. Let's see what the official calls. No, it's going to be fourth down. He was short, and naturally the Tide have to go for it. They have no choice.
Oh, no, it's no question. No question about it. But the key here.
What do you think he's going to run there?
The key here is to get it into the end zone. What are they going to run? Well, I'll tell you,
It's first.
you would think pass. They're going to probably look for O'Neal, and maybe they look for Woody on this play. So figure Woody or O'Neal are the guys you want to go to here. So I say they pass it right to the end zone. We'll see what happens. It's a bad snap. Nesbitt goes down to get it, throws it towards the sideline.
Woo, yes. I'm telling you, that's
Number
all.
20, McLeod again on the pass catch. Interesting play call there. He gets out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Is that confidence in your quarterback and your receiver? Fourth down?
That it is, but is that a first down actually? That's the only question.
Okay.
I think you called it right, Steve. We'll put you out there as a coach.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment because I got to tell you, this is the first football game that I've ever called, Tom and Earl, and it's been a whole lot of fun. I can't wait for the next one where maybe we get some statistics that we can work with. Maybe we get a statistician and we have a working scoreboard.
You must have cat eyes because you're reading this roster sheet with no lights.
Thank you very much. This has been a real treat. I hope this is the first of many games. Let me just tell you guys on the air, I'm going to put the pressure on you now. I would love for Die Hard Sports Radio to be the broadcasting entity of the Professional Spring American Football League. So let me know if that's possible after the game, of course.
Well, as the commissioner, I think I might have a little voice in it.
I think you might as well. So what do I have to do? Can I tell some more corny jokes, actually? Will that impress you?
No more jokes, guys, please. Come on now. See, now you had my vote now. Don't make me change my mind.
Okay, no corny jokes. That's my girlfriend, Selena. I love you, Selena. I hope you're listening to California right now. She says I'm the master of being silly, and she'd be right.
Okay, I'm going to call the play, guys. It's a corner.
Okay, well, Nesbitt is in the shotgun. He's got Collins to his left. I know it's not going to be a running play. They're getting down to the end zone here. You're running out of time. I'm saying, you know what? It's either going to be a fader out to the corner or a post towards the goalpost. We'll see what they do here, but look for either O'Neal or Woody to make a big play here. Unless the Marauders don't get through with a pass rush, which they do. Vitali with another sack and the salute.
Are you kidding me?
And let's see what the down is. I'd love to know what the down is. It's second down. Vitali with a huge play, adding to his sack total in this game.
Well, the only good part about this, they're giving more room to pass the ball, okay? But the second thing here, if I'm down here and my quarterback can kill you with his legs, I'm going to bootleg and give him the option to run the ball or pass the ball. That's how I play. You cut down on the mistakes and everything.
I'll go with that one. Boy, the way this clock is going with no clock, we might be playing again tomorrow morning.
I know. I would have thought the game would have been over by now, actually. We're working overtime here at Dyro Sports Radio. Even the stream that I used ran through the 3 hours that we had available here, but we're going to continue to call on as these players play on to see who's going to win this game.
That's it. Oh, okay. They're coming out. Defense coming on the field.
Well, I want to know what down it is. It shows second down on the down marker on the Marauders sideline here, so I assume it's second down. Nesmith is still in there, still in the shotgun. Collins is still lined up beside him.
Well, it looks like the chain gang
You would think
is out of the game, so it's right down to the wire.
Yeah, which means they're in the which means it's goal to go. That's why the chain gang is out.
Okay.
And yes, offsides. And some lightning.
Oh, they're pointing to the offense.
We're getting some lightning from the heavens. Apparently, God and the angels are into this game. The football guards are throwing lightning down to the field, voicing their approval of a very competitive game going down to the wire here in the first annual East-West Professional Spring American Football League Showcase game. And the Marauders with a sterling comeback trying to hold on here for a huge win against the St. Petersburg Tide.
I tell you. It's definitely a showcase. Well,
And for the showcase, put this in the case, has history in the making.
Well, you know, we haven't had no pass interference. The Tide would love to have that right now. And
That they would.
And they would love to have an interception.
Speaking of throwing it to the sideline, trying to get it to O'Neal, it's knocked away by the Marauders.
Now, in that case, guess what? He got away with a face guard.
Number one on that play, Brandon Owens.
Making a huge play on that one.
You got to turn your head. That was close. Good play by the cornerback.
Yes. Number one is Brandon Owens, according to the roster, knocking that down as he tried to go for O'Neal on the sideline, which I said 2 plays ago, so technically I was right on that one. Would you still make me a coach, Herter, Tom? Just keeping score here of how many calls I could get right ahead of time. The soothsaying ability of Die Hard Sports Radio is on full display here, ladies and gentlemen. All joking aside, though, time is running out here, and the Tide are running out of chances here.
It's the third down. Okay, they got 2.
So it's third down, it's 4-down territory, no matter how you look at it, if you have time, and it's pass, pass, pass all the way. He's looking left, he goes up. Is he beyond the line of scrimmage? No, he gets it and lowballs it. It's incomplete. The receiver trapped it.
Who was making that effort on it? The receiver on that.
Making the effort on it. I'm guessing it looks like, I'm going to look at him right now. He's running back towards the, it was number 25. That's McLeod again.
Okay.
McLeod again.
On that particular play, yes. Number 25 for the Tide.
His jersey getting a little muddy.
I'm sorry, he's number 32 on this. That was Jamil
McLeod, not able to get that one. Kind of short-armed
this is
by Nesman.
Right now, if the time, right now. Well, we're in for a finish.
And they have to stick it into the end zone, I'm pretty sure.
The crowd is getting pumped up.
Here comes Nesman, and wouldn't you know it, the game is about to be over. The difference in this game for the Marauders was their ability to get constant pressure on Nesman throughout the second half. They get a sack on this one, and let's hope Nesman is okay. He's played a whale of a game.
Well,
21-13, Marauders over the Tide, and all they really have to do is come in and take a few knees to run this clock out, and the game is over.
see, the key right here, you still got to give your quarterback a chance and roll out. Mm-hmm. Just like your quarterback was doing in the first half. He wasn't getting time, so he rolled out. That's what amazing.
Exactly, but I'll tell you, the pressure just came so fast of the Marauders, and maybe he just didn't have time to roll on that play. You know, sometimes it's great the execution by the defense.
And he did the right thing. He stepped up and tried to get that rush gun. Offensive line.
That he did. So it's the victory formation, as they call this in football, where the quarterback takes knees to run the clock out.
I call that the best play in football.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you're on the positive side of it.
I mean, it is the best play because you on the offense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it has victory formation.
Exactly.
Forcier takes a knee.
Don't be like the coach when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were playing the
Greg
team.
Schiano, I remember that one. I'll be honest with you. When he made that play call at the time, I thought it was aggressive. I thought he was setting a tone for his team. I understood why he did it, but in retrospect, now that he's out of the job and because he couldn't relate to the players whatsoever, that's just one of the things that will stand out about Schiano's short administration with Tampa. I thought it was gutsy. A lot of people were offended by it, but that's just the way that goes. But I thought he was setting a tone for his team, but it didn't translate as they couldn't get it together. And now Lovie Smith is down in Tampa, who will probably do a much better job than Schiano was ever able to do over there with the Bucs.
I liked him, but the problem is that you get somebody hurt. You know, that's just common courtesy. You don't have no chance to win no game. You don't do stuff like that.
And the game is over. The players are glad-handing. A lot of respect between the players. It looks like the end of a hockey series where each player is kind of slapping five with each other and hugging each other. It's a great scene to see. And in a great comeback, the Los Angeles Marauders representing the West in this East-West Shrine game, the debut game of the East-West game. I keep wanting to say the Shrine game, the East-West Showcase game.
Too long.
Yep. The East-West Showcase game is over, and the LA Marauders have overcome a poor first half and 2 early turnovers in the first quarter to pull out a victory here, 21-13, a positive end to the season. Congratulations to the Marauders and to the Tide for playing a whale of a game here in which each team kind of dominated each half. The Tide in the first half, the Marauders in the second. As I always say, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And they finished them off, the Marauders being with a relentless pass rush and some very, very, very important running by Chizzy Demude, who we say is going to be the offensive player of the game. Would you agree with that, Earl?
Oh, no question about it. If it's the offense and the defense, of course, did a job.
Eno Vitali, multiple sacks in this game.
Yes.
And Umu with multiple sacks in this game as well, number 44 for the Marauders. Yes, Kamala Umu.
I would say they're co-defensive players of the game. And give big props to Oliver Pryor, who really set a tone for this in the second quarter for the Marauders, establishing a pass rush and making some passes on offense as well. He had a great game also. And Tom Herter is going to be taking the trophy down to present to the victorious team. I'm going to go down and film it. We're going to end the radio broadcast here for Die Hard Sports Radio. My name is Steve Itzkowitz of Die Hard Sports Radio. You have been listening to the first annual East-West Showcase game for the Professional Spring American Football League. The Marauders over the Tide. Tom Herter, the commissioner, Tom Herter, is about to present the trophy to the winning side, which is the Marauders. We will be back next year. We'll return with the Core Show next week on Die Hard Sports Radio. Don't forget to follow us, Facebook.com/Die Hard Sports Radio, at Die Hard Radio on Twitter, and Die Hard Radio on Instagram. And we are looking forward to a long and strong relationship with the Professional Spring American Football League, if they'll have us. Earl, how did you feel about the broadcast? How did you feel about the game? And any final words?
I want to go down the field and congratulate both teams. Well done. Great football game.
Great football game and a real treat, Earl. A real treat with your football expertise and your passion, and Tom Herter as well. Corny jokes aside, great working with both of you. Would love to be able to do it again, and thank you very much for having us. We really appreciate it. And we're going to wrap up here, folks. We're going to go down on the field and conduct some interviews that we will upload into social media. So my name is Steve Itzkowitz of Die Hard Sports Radio, live from St. Petersburg High School in St. Petersburg, Florida. Until next time.